Well, fighting games are uncomfortably close to my. We've done this bit 3 times now because due to various technical errors, we already did a whole joke about, oh, do you want to be close to my? Some people do, but it was very funny. Let me assure you, and you missed out on all of it. You poor sods. Nonetheless, yes, news. Takuma's voice actor passed away.
Yes, very sad. Rest in peace. Terms and conditions may apply. That's the summary.
Provide no context for that latter comment.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers got a trailer, I believe.
All right.
And now we're back to where we were.
Yes, before the technical difficulties thing occurred.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't pay attention to Guilty Gear stuff. So I didn't find out about this until I saw the Total War modders talking about it somewhere in the realm of what their resident Faust main. It was also a talented modder, but nonetheless, their resident Faust main declaring his intent to beat up all Axel low mains.
Ah.
So yeah, anime. Are they beating up Axel low mains in this anime?
No, I didn't watch the trailer, so I'm assuming since it's Dual Rulers, I'm assuming it's about Key and Soul embracing their gay relationship.
You know that everybody's been waiting. Yeah, we got nothing else to say about that one.
I mean, it's Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I've been looking at the bingo for the FGA, the bingo card that we made a couple of years ago, and I look at it, and I I'm I thought of making a new one, but we don't really do as many repeat bits anymore. But I feel like Guilty Gear Strive would be the free space by now.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, yeah. God
bless them. Somebody's really enjoying it. It's not me.
Somebody's enjoying it for the next 2 months, and then they go, wait, I've grown Guilty Gear Strive, and then they go play a different fighting game. Or at least, at least that's the repeat story that I've seen.
Oh, I think that's definitely going to happen for a lot of people. Oh, I wouldn't. Only Sith deal in absolutes.
Yeah. Whenever I think of this set, I just remember that like 15 years ago I saw an eBay listing that was selling like Darth Maul, Darth Vader, and I think Palpatine figures, but it called them shitlords. And
they're being sold by a Jedi.
Yeah. Anyway, we've seen Mike Shinoi's game faces.
Yes, we have. They're good. I'm glad. I feel bad that Ryu and Guile are the unfortunate ones who don't get fun game faces, you know?
Yeah.
I guess I get it in both their cases because they're the two serious guys in Street Fighter that aren't funny. But then Ryu's had funny moments down the years. He's the fucking weirdo hobo friend of Ken Masters. Has already been a joke with him for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I'm obviously I don't expect Capcom to drop everything and go back and reanimate their faces, but with every character they add, when Akuma and M. Bison got funny game faces, it's like we're not protecting Akuma or M. Bison being taken seriously, but we're protecting Ryu and Guile, who are supposed to be more likable people.
I mean, but Akuma has been on redemption arc for the past, 10, 15 years, and Bison is starting his, so...
That is true, but nonetheless, it is just odd. We don't want the heroes to look that fun-loving.
Yeah.
I guess Ryu has the one game face where he's kind of a slack jawed, like, huh? That's fairly funny, but other than that,
One of his game faces should just be the Ryu from Streets. Animation, voice and all.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, not Evo, Revo. They posted the main title team, and they talked about they had the main composer talk about his process and all that, and then also just do the song because he sings it all as well. And I listened to it, and I thought about posting it for a second before FGA, and like there's one major problem: it's very deliciously English, and I know that you hate that, but it's like it's one of those things where like I listen to Japanese bands that sing in English, and most of them the English is fine. There's literally a band where I couldn't tell if it was an American guy doing a very good Japanese accent or if it was a Japanese guy doing a very good American accent when he sings.
I mean, there's just some vocalists that honestly like just do a great job as long as they're singing.
Yeah.
But otherwise have like a thick accent or can't speak the language altogether.
Yeah, but like this is, and like that band's songs are all they are mostly in English, and they also make sense in English. Like you can tell that whoever wrote them actually spoke English. And this song is called "Burning Soul," and bless his heart, the man has the energy down. He has the right voice. He doesn't know how to speak English. Well, he does, but I don't know if he wrote the song. I don't know if he wrote the lyrics. I mean, because it's like most of the things are correct. I will note most of the things are correct, but sometimes it's just, like the best I can visualize it is like it's the lyrical equivalent of like a highway, and the highway is going normally, and then once in a while from the side there's just a fucking bus that runs through the highway. And like once the bus has passed through the highway and taken out all of the cars out that are in its way, the highway just resumes operating normally. And that's basically my recollection of the quality of the lyrics. I thought it was like it's one of those things. It was one of those things where like this is like if memory serves, this is like either the guy who originally composed the song or like came in not long after. He's not particularly young. But he has a power from this because he has the energy of like those mid-90s like English songs in Japanese games. And then once again, that's a double-edged sword because the energy is there. I can see this song appearing fucking 20-25 years before now. Wait, that's too little time. 30-35 years before now. I don't know. But like I could see this being like Virtua Fighter 2 or whatever, and like it wouldn't be out of place there. But also like once again, it's I mean the basic problem is like just as you'd expect, you can kind of hear that the person who wrote the lyrics didn't completely comprehend the English language or just didn't speak it at all.
Oh boy.
But yeah. Then, Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves has an open beta on the starting on the 20th.
Sweet.
Yeah, they probably play that. It depends on crossplay. Oh, yeah. Depends on crossplay and availability.
Yeah.
All right. Technically, this is news, I suppose. Fatal Fury 2 is getting added to, or has been added to Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, all right. Well, that's nice. I wasn't aware Fatal Fury was available on Nintendo consoles. I thought by that point SNK had already dug in on trying to do their own.
SNK was on SNK did everything and was on and was everywhere.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Like, SNK had, I think, 3 separate portable consoles in the span of, I want to say, 5 years.
That sounds right, yes. Oh boy.
Alright, oh yeah, Revo also came out.
Yes, Virtual Fire 5 Revo. I'll pick it up at some point. Not just yet. I'm not really that excited for Virtual Fighter, but
Yeah.
I do intend to pick it up because Virtual Fighter is still in the realm of I don't know what I would be doing here. And I feel like I should at some point learn how to play it.
I mean, you can just buy a copy of Yakuza. Any of the ones, like, I think 6 and after, all of them have Virtual Fighter 5. Some version. Some of them even Final Showdown, the one that we played. So, like, unless you're really hankering for the balance updates in Revo, then I don't know. You know, I guess it depends. Because, like, you know, if you buy through Yakuza, then you definitely get at least a good Yakuza game, usually. This is not news, but it was tagged as such, and it made me laugh, so I'll read it out. Another reason why X-Men vs. Street Fighter is so gay, and it's an opinion piece.
Do you really need to, like, fight in favor of the idea that it's not a mess? Because, like, there are a lot of people that love X-Men vs. Street Fighter. They will all tell you they love it because that game is bonkers and doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel 2, as crazy as it is not the X-Men vs. Street Fighter nonsense of literally everyone on the roster has a crazy 100% infinite combo.
Yeah.
Fucking Zangief has a infinite combo.
I think I saw a video. I even sent it to Pink, so I might be able to fact check myself real quick. But I saw someone doing an infinite with Gambit. Yes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And it's just heavy punch and kinetic cord and nothing else in the corner.
Oh, I've seen this combo. Yes, it's delightful.
I sent it to Pink because kinetic cord made his life hell when we played. Which one was it? I think it was Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. So,
featuring a suspicious amount of X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, the one of the weirdest things in that game, it still is, and it will forever be, I think, for me, that, like, Gambit can fly? Like, of course, he doesn't have, like, easy air dash, he doesn't actually, like, fly, but the kinetic cord has no recovery, more or less, so you can just keep spamming kinetic cord and effectively fly as Gambit.
Oh, okay, it's not one of those, things they do in every logical fighting game of, you've done your air special, now you have to return to the ground before you can do another.
Yeah, no. He can just stay up there and then, just barely move downward.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, it's basically a more controlled fall that he has in that game. And I found that out again against Pink Storm. So,
oh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. The Tekken 8 has an anniversary.
Oh! It came out a year ago, did it?
I think so, yeah.
I had to stop and think, like, well, what's the anniversary of? Because Tekken 8 seems very new to me in my head.
I mean, it's not hard for games to stay new when you just don't play them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Mortal Kombat 12 doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. Like I've seen videos of it, but it's like cool tech demos, you know.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Especially with Tekken.
Yeah.
How many DLC characters have they had in the last year? I can only recall Clive, but was Eddie a DLC character? I forget.
He was, so was Heihachi and
Oh right.
and two others. But whomst? Oh,
That
Lydia
was- Oh, that also sounds right. Yeah.
and fuck.
Is Lydia not allowed to be core roster?
She's too Polish. Alright, I literally typed in Tekken 8 DLC. Let's see. That's alright. My favorite, my favorite fucking DLC characters for Tekken 8: Clive, and Clive.
Oh.
Let's
Well, he's
see.
gonna be the big one. He's the first of the crossover characters.
Okay, it was these four. It was Eddie, Lydia, Heihachi, and Clive.
Okay, I guess then we'll be coming up soon on the start of season 2 for Tekken then.
Yes.
Featuring everyone's favorite character, Tony Soprano.
I mean, no. Clive is a Square Enix character, so so let's just move in what they've already licensed out. All right, AMC.
Wei Shin, motherfucker.
Does AMC own Wei Shen? The idea of Wei Shen?
Oh, well, okay, wait, I hang on. I was trying to think, like, okay, is AMC some JRPG character I don't know the name of? So I just assumed that it was. I thought we were still staying in the Square Enix pool.
Oh no! I figure Clive is Square's character for this game because Noctis was for last one.
Okay, if we have to stay in the AMC pool, then it's going to either be. Odds are it would either be a character from Breaking Bad or Mad Men, which, to be honest, Mad Men is more delightful. Because Breaking Bad, Walter White does kill people. Don Draper does not kill people. He's a marketing executive. Be a bit like Phoenix Wright. He doesn't beat you to death. He just markets you until he markets stuff at you until you give up.
Yeah. He beats you with capitalism.
I think the point of Mad Men is that Don Draper beats himself with capitalism.
We all are beaten with it. Eventually. Alright, Capcom. Monster Hunter.
I would not be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked. I would hate it, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I said it. Like the meme, like I would hate this Pixar or Monster Hunter and Red Armor, and like I don't see a world where Red Armor is getting added to Tekken.
No. It is, whoever's there at Capcom that vouches for Red Armor every time, I'm sure is trying, but I'm not sure they'll listen to him on this one.
Yeah. And then we have SNK and like, Krauser.
Krauser's cool. Krauser's too cool. You need to go with a stupid answer. Metal Slugman.
Which one?
I was about to say the one with the stupid portrait, and I remember in the one game they've all got stupid portraits.
Morris people.
Yeah, that would probably be the representative they'd choose to go with.
I mean, fuck it. They put Morris people in Tekken. I pop. I'm not buying the game, but I will be happy.
I mean, at that point, there comes a point where it's like, have we given up on being Tekken? And one could argue we've already passed that point.
Yeah. And I think that's all of the crossovers that they had. So
yeah, that's all I can think of.
oh god, I mean it's not the 90s anymore, so it's not as immediately like it's not as whatchamacallit, like guaranteed. But if this was the 90s, you know that the crossover character for SNK would be Athena.
Okay, KOF Athena or Goddess Athena?
I don't know. Both are bad. I prefer KOF Athena, honestly. Between the two
Goddess
of them.
Athena is way worse. I remember very distinctly one of the things that really turned me against Neo Geo Battle Coliseum when we played it on Xbox was I see Athena and I go, oh, nice, Athena's here. I'll play her. And it loads in and she's still a tiny little girl, but she's in a bikini. And I go, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
And then I find out that's not actually the Athena that's not KOF Athena at all. That is actually supposed to be the SNK universe version of the Greek goddess.
Yeah, that's not Asamiya Athena. That's just some random fucking Athena from the street.
We couldn't get the real Athena Asamiya. She had too many concert dates.
Yeah, she had to suck the misery out of people to gain power. He was too busy doing that.
Oh god, that shit you mentioned like a couple weeks ago. Psycho Power is also Satsui no Hado, is also this, that, or another. When you pointed that out, I think I said to you, okay, so this actually means nothing because none of those are anything alike. That's just horseshit.
Yeah, I mean, that's
in terms of maybe of being manipulation of ki, I guess, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like the current director of Street Fighter said it. So like, technically he is right because he is the word of God. At the same time, I don't have to agree with God.
Yeah, no, it's a no. Sorry, but I don't agree to this. Insofar as we can say it's a manipulation of ki, I think that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, no.
But yeah, like if memory serves, he said that the Satsui no Hado, Psycho Power, and something else, I forget what, are the same thing.
Power of nothingness, I think.
No. Those are the evil side. And then the good side of the same power is the power of nothingness, yoga, and soul power. Yeah.
Because logically speaking, if Rose is the good Bison, then soul power is the good Psycho Power.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, come to think of it, that Rose doesn't really have that many Bison's moves. Or any, really. I'd like her a lot better if she did.
I mean, if you settle for fucking dumbass Grab, if she had Psycho Crusher, I would like her better, I think.
Oh yeah, I guess you could argue that Soul Drill is or Soul, whatever one it is where her ribbon starts drilling into you. You could argue maybe that's supposed to be her Psycho Crusher, but nah.
No, she needs to commit more. She needs to fly.
Yeah.
If she flies while doing Soul Drill, I'll accept it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Sure, yeah.
I mean, the thing is that, like, Rose is supposed to be based on Lisa from JoJo, and like Lisa is very athletic and shit, and Rose isn't.
Not terribly, no.
Rose is fairly stationary as a person, as a character.
Yeah, she feels like they kind of wanted to have a wizard in Street Fighter without having a wizard.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of, 2 p.m. Pacific time, the day that this video releases, Capcom will be hosting a 20-minute spotlight followed by 5 million hours of Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah! It's too early for them to be showing off Elena, alas. But who knows what else they will show off.
I misheard you, so I thought you said it's too early for them to show off Atlanta. The city.
Yeah. It's actually been a Capcom creation this whole time.
Yeah.
They thought they were doing it themselves. They thought it was the Americans. No. Actually, they wouldn't have been able to do it at all without Capcom.
Capcom has also added in the showcase, the 20-minute showcase, they will have updates on Onimusha Way of the Sword, Street Fighter 6, Fighting Collection 2,
What?
MVC Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, whatever that is. Okay. I know the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, but Arcade Classics implies it's beat 'em ups. Like, because the one that we have is just the Capcom Fighting Collection. Wait, no, it isn't. What the fuck is the name of the Marvel collection?
Classics because it has Punisher in it.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, so I guess they will have updates on that too. The game that's already released.
Possibly just simply it's on sale right now, assholes. Go pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't see Capcom going, hey guys, Marvel vs. Capcom 4 on their own show when it would be probably better to wait for Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Daily or the Game Awards.
They just go, hey, we updated the game, it now has Marvel 3 in it. And that's it.
Fuckers free of charge.
Yeah.
You thought this couldn't get cooler?
We even put Magneto's script design in the one that nearly got sued.
You thought we couldn't do better? We'll show you.
And in fact, we replaced shitty Resident Evil 5 Jill with Resident Evil 2 Jill. Go fuck yourself. And then they just leave.
God, I wish.
Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. I believe because I need to juggle sources because we post news in the fighting games right here, but I also look up stuff on the side while we do these. Okay, so we can hit this without that being a problem. So, I forget how this came up, but Harada talked about Itagaki, which you sent over to me.
Oh yes.
Itagaki responded.
Got me thinking about Dead or Alive this week.
Yeah, Itagaki responded actually.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't he aware that he's a corpse?
Who? Which one?
Itagaki.
I mean, his only response was, I'll read this out verbatim. I read Harada's tweet from Bandai Namco. As some of you know, he's fighting on the front lines of the fighting game. I support you with all my heart. That's it.
A rather interesting comment, considering what is said about him.
Yeah. I mean, if memory serves, Itagaki has talked about this before, and like, yeah, basically he was trying to do gimmick, like he was genuinely trying to do a wrestling angle in real life. And so,
yep, that's what Harada, the picture that Harada paints as well.
And so yeah, like once he didn't have to do that anymore. As in, I assume once he got fucking fired from Koei, he asked her out for dinner and then just apologized.
Yes, Harada did say that. Do you want to take off with a quick summary of this while I go and handle something real quick?
I'm not sure I have a quick summary, but sure, I'll figure something out.
What Harada said about Itagaki.
Yeah, that I'm not sure I have a quick summary of that.
Oh shit!
I need to find it first.
Well, so bring in the dancing bear.
Yeah. And for today's attraction, here's Kuma. Yeah. So wow, that's a lot. All right, I can summarize this real quick. Fuck. Well, anyway, fighting games. I guess to talk about something. While I wait. Fucking hell. Let us see. Start GG, which I believe is whatchamacallit, is a, I forget if it's D or just a tournament organizing platform. Is going to add a 6% platform fee every tournament registration, which I would have skipped over had I not been to buy time. I don't know exactly how this shakes out in the community because I'm not a tournament guy whatsoever. But yeah, like what was I gonna say? Yeah, like apparently, just from what I'm reading, it seems like they are just doing tournament organization stuff for free, and them, it's one of them things where like them wanting money sucks, but at the same time, like if they were doing this for fucking free for who knows how long and people actually use them, then like fair enough. It's 6%. Really depends on the budget, I suppose. How bad that is. Let us see. A game called Hyperfight 2 has released footage. It is an indie fighting game that has no blocking. And let's see, can I check out this footage? While I wait. It seems to be a touch-based game, as in like slice, dice, and rice. Or I don't really know what I could really compare it to aside from that. Bushido Blade. More people probably know that better. Whatever. But yeah, it seems like you get 5 touches. As in 5 hits in general. And then you die. And that got into the topics, so I won't be able to talk about that. Well then, back to Harada we go, and I'll try to summarize without having to read for a while. But basically, I guess from what I gather without reading Harada's stuff yet, is Itagaki wanted to do an angle. Well, he is the heel. Usually, the people who want to start angles in real life, you will notice, want to play the heel because it's easier, mainly. And so what happened was that he'd shit-talk Tekken and shit-talk Harada to prop up DOA, while DOA actually made money all 2 weeks that it did. I say this as someone who likes DOA. And, he expected Harada to strike back and start an actual, like, on-screen rivalry, and that didn't work out because Harada is a normal person, and, in fact, not a wrestling character. So,
apologies.
All right. I just finished summarizing and also talked about a couple of news while we were out, which were stuff that I don't know how much you'd care for. Like, Start GG is adding a 6% platform fee.
Is this a tournament organizer thing?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on who can afford it, I guess.
Yeah. But
that's all I got to say about that. Yeah.
That's basically what I said. Like, the 6% really depends on the budget. Because, like, if it's like, all right, here's $6 million, we take 6,000. Like,
yeah.
But if it's like, okay, so we go from $10 to 11, then
yeah.
there's context needed for that. So anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I just had a lag spike. It's all good.
Well, Street Fighter. That's it. That's your news. No, Street Fighter has talked about the costume problem.
Yes. And they seem to kind of implicitly confirm Okay, the reason costumes are taking so slow is because we're trying to actually release a costume for every single character in the packs.
Yeah.
Which naturally causes people to go, what the fuck, why? I only want costumes for my main. Why should I have to wait on Geef?
Yeah.
And Geef and Dalsim, they're going to be the problems.
Probably. I mean, Geef, you could... like, with Geef, at least there's an easy way out where you just make him wear random wrestlers' outfits with the serial number piled off.
Yeah.
But Dalsim, what do you do about Dalsim?
It's not just a design question. It's the fact that his designs have to be built around the fact that he stretches.
Yeah. Like, okay, it's also like how like fantastical are we willing to go? Because like you could just make him a tree, or like Stretch Armstrong, slice his tail out. Fuck it.
That hot toy for the kids still love.
Right? He could be Slime.
He could. That's true. For now, they're trying to stay away from the fantastic costumes, but there's only going to be a while where they stay away from it,
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a Halloween where they forget about the Darkstalkers and they just accidentally make Halloween outfits instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is the one line that I thought was, because my reply to this, if you remember, was just so the monkey's paw curls. Because the people who complained about the costumes, including me, I suppose, technically, did I complain about the lack of costumes? Not really, but But anyway, yeah, the people complaining about the lack of costumes. They they want more costumes for their characters, sure, but
yeah,
and they want less avatar stuff and everything. And the monkey paw to me is regarding future fighting passes. We have been reassessing their contents and the frequency of their release, and will be making changes starting in year 3, with the goal of increasing the amount of items within each fighting pass that can be used in fighting round. Now, at best, this means that there will be exclusive colors to fighting passes. At worst, this means that there will be exclusive outfits in fighting passes. The former might start some people to flip out. The latter will make people flip out. And like
I'm not certain that it necessarily will. I think people are just kind of used to that being the thing by now.
I don't know, because I still hear people complain about the fighting passes and all that, and like, it's one of them things. But like,
there'll be people that are mad. But I could give give $10 to a homeless person, and people would get mad.
Yeah. I mean, like the only legitimate complaint about all that is that the pricing scheme, where they give you just slightly less, so it might bother you if you spend the money, but like whatever. Like, this legitimately is not even an issue with fighting passes. I bought a fighting pass for $5 and I'm still on that $5.
Yeah.
Because the amount of game money that you get for $5 is literally the amount that you need for a fighting pass. So like that just worked out. So yeah, Street Fighter confirmed that costumes will be coming in the summer. Now the question is how much will Akuma's costume suck? Because it doesn't matter if anyone else's is great. He never gets a good one, does he?
Everyone lives in envy of Chun-Li and Juri. That's the rule.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just generally, I don't think they've given Akuma a like standout costume since there has been costumes in the games. And this isn't a Street Fighter 6 problem. This is a Street Fighter problem. He has his default outfit. He has his new default outfit. Those are great. But like, I don't remember ever particularly like looking at alternate outfit that they gave Akuma and going, wow, that's fucking wicked.
You weren't a big fan of the crazy mask costume he gets?
No.
Huh. All right.
I think they could do more interesting stuff with him, and I also just don't like that he's in a skirt.
Fair enough, I suppose.
And then also, there is gonna be a special V-Rival event. V-Rival, if memory serves, being yeah.
I already know. Yeah, you go, proceed. It just made me laugh to think about what you're talking about here.
Okay. So yeah, there's gonna be a special V-Rival event, where you will fight. If memory serves, the V-Rivals are the smart ghosts.
Yes.
So yeah, you will fight the smart ghost for how do I describe this?
So, Professor Oshige.
Yeah?
Oshige is a former pro fighting game player who, poor bastard, is most famous for getting to a very, very high-ranking match on the main stage of EVO, the fighting game equivalent of the fucking Super Bowl, and losing track of the round counts on the match he was in, and thinking that he had won the final round of the match he was in, and thus won the set, when he had in fact only won the second to last round. And so he got up and started celebrating as the match continued on behind him, and he was jumping up and down, and the commentators notoriously are shouting, "Why are you standing up? Woshige, why are you standing up?" And Woshige's opponent had no honor and proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of Woshige's character in game. So, rather notoriously, Woshige's primary contribution to the fighting game sphere up until he got hired on to the Street Fighter 6 dev team was that he notoriously had one of the most memetic failures ever, where he had the win and he threw it away on accident. The poor fucking bastard.
Yeah.
And now he's been hired on as one of the game designers for Street Fighter V's later seasons of DLC, battle designers of one of the later seasons of Street Fighter V's DLC, and for Street Fighter 6's major content.
Yeah, and
so there you go.
And so yeah, for fighting in these ghost battles, you receive battle matchup screen things, those images, and they are delightful. Have you seen them?
Yes, because they got Oshige to draw them, and Oshige is not an artist.
And I do not know the words to describe this to the listeners. Shoutouts to Ed Boon, or only one listener.
So yeah, he's not an artist, God bless him. And it shows. I think he's fine with that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, I have started learning how to draw, so to me, like, I don't even know how people would start drawing with us that stuff, because, like, even when I didn't know how to draw, I would try drawing in 3/4 to my detriment. And so it's like, you know, I look at these and I go, like, I don't know if he is, like, I don't know if he thought that going you know, like, face first was a good idea, or if he just didn't know. like it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if someone guided. I don't know if they taught him wrong on purpose, or if this was just that's natural, you know. And it kind of just makes it better.
I'm curious. They had to know he was a bad artist, right?
Yeah, no.
This had to start as an office bit of Oshige had to draw something, and he did an awful job. And the rest of the devs laughing and going, "Oshige, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, like the thing that once again, like the one thing that I'm wondering is, did he start drawing something that looked a bit better, and then they told him to just do it like this, or if he just did this naturally? Yeah, that's the because if he started drawing something that looked slightly better, and they told him to do it like this, that would be so much funnier. I don't know.
Oh boy.
So yeah, and I believe that is all of the news.
Is it now? Because I'm pretty sure it isn't.
But that is all that I found.
Okay, because for one thing, we've not hit Mai's actual gameplay trailer.
Oh yeah, I completely fucking went over that. Whatever, she doesn't matter. Who is my Shinui anyway?
So this should probably go without saying, because we've already seen what Terry looks like. She looks good. We all knew she was going to look good.
Yeah.
But she also looks... The thing that we were not expecting was that she was going to have a subsystem. That was a fucking twist to begin with.
Yeah.
So immediately we got that. But in addition, it does look like she's got pretty well all the moves you would want, in keeping with the Terry way of doing things. I forget, one of them was they said explicitly she has no charge inputs.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the input for the fire burst, I wonder?
Pretzel.
That's more convenient.
Right? No, it's the fucking, it's the pentagram from Toho, from that one Toho fighter.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't know Mai was Satanic? Yeah, she's got a lot of seitan in her, the vegan meat substitute.
Why not? I also just like I also just like Satan being an alternate pronunciation of Satan. Like you have Satan, you have Shaitan, and you have Satan.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think it will be Shoryu, maybe with Kick.
Probably, yeah. I don't remember if she's ever had an out-and-out Shoryu. I feel like she must have had like some kind of like at least like Rising Tackle or Iori Shoryu, but she does with the fans. But I don't remember actually one happening. The only anti-air I can remember her having is the Fire Burst.
She used to have one, but it wasn't an anti-air. It was it was like, I don't remember. For one thing, I don't remember if this was official. It might have just been a Mugen edit. I don't remember. It was that long ago that I saw this. But one version of mine that I've played in my life had records basically that was like Randstad animation where she's holding on to the front and back part of her kimono and has the fans out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had that, and that hit high, but it wasn't a proper anti. It was just like basically crouching jab, more or less, sort of jab or crouching heavy punch. But yeah, like she had that, if memory serves, and it's one of those things where like I don't remember, because if memory serves, she had that as a super once, that she'd do that walk for a bit and set you on fire with it. But I don't remember if she ever had the separate like steps of it as records officially, or if that was a Mugen edit that just someone thought, hey, Mike could use this, I guess.
I don't... Mai's one of the characters that's changed quite a bit from KOF to KOF. And there is like a core idea of how she should be, but because there are some games where it's more classically Mai, right?
Yeah.
Everyone got a little bit weird around 2002, though, come to think of it. whatever. Mai looks good. For a lot of people, she looks real good.
Yeah.
Especially, I was.
Pink has already bought his third copy of Street Fighter 6.
We gotta mention. I'm not sure anybody was quite anticipating the thing that would set people off most with Mai would be her character select screen.
Yeah.
But who?
Yeah, I have not seen anything of this. So,
Oh, you've not?
I don't have a Twitter.
Okay. Have you seen Mai's character select screen, though?
Yes, I have.
Oh, it's driving people nuts. So, there is a certain aesthetic of the lazy girl that some people go nuts for. And to a certain degree, you can already see it with Pajama Jury. But they're really going apeshit for it with Mai. And they're very much hoping that there'll be some way that that Capcom adds it as like an actual, playable costume.
Yeah. I mean, considering it's in the game already, it might just be her costume 3. Although her transformation would be very funny in that case.
She's just showing it off at that point. Look at my cape!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right. I am waiting and probably will forever wait for her Maximum Impact design, the alternate design, to be included in Street Fighter 6. It was Mai's best design. I don't care.
I have, unless Falcon somehow owns it, which I imagine he doesn't. It would be weird to not see it at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's pretty all the legacy of Maximum Impact is, it's weird, but had some neat ideas.
Yeah.
Now, what was there? Wasn't there something they showed from her arcade ending that was driving people nuts because it, like, was a big lore implication?
I wouldn't know.
Or at least very funny.
Once again, I don't have a Twitter.
Oh... I think I want to say it was something like she has a scene with Chun-Li that implies that CFS2 is somewhat canon.
Ah.
Which I think we all kind of figured, because the implication seems to be in Street Fighter 6 that the characters, the KOF crossover characters, SNK crossover characters are canon. They're not just here as an imaginary joke, like, MK's crossover characters.
When you said that they're canon, I didn't hear most of it. Like, I didn't hear all of the sentence. I was like because I have seen very little of Chun and Mai, but it was just people posting about them being lesbians, and I was like, they made that canon. Like, that seems weird. that seems out of character.
I saw at least one piece of art that is Mai showing Chun-Li's adopted daughter, the old picture. The picture of Chun-Li and Mai that was used for CVS. And Chun-Li's little adopted girl more or less going, I didn't know I had a second mom!
But anyway... what is it that the kids call it these days? Doomed Yuri?
Dude, what?
Doomed Yuri. Doomed.
Okay, that's new to me.
Yeah, it's like it's like a subgenre of just like gay romance novels or whatever. Like women get doomed Yuri, and Well, both sides get these, but I've heard more about Doom Jury and I've heard more about Toxic Yaoi. So
oh boy.
I genuinely, I don't think I've ever heard about Doom Yaoi. I've heard about Toxic Yuri, but not not Doom Yaoi. So maybe
people get up to some weird shit on the internet. You know that?
Yeah. I mean, the weirdest shit that I saw was how more people actually adopted, like, instead of just going, gay or lesbian, they say Yuri or Yaoi. And, like, it's not people who touch grass, I would assume, but still, it's became a lot more commonplace on the internet. At least before I deleted my Twitter.
Oh, shit.
Like, genuinely, the only reason I have social media that's not YouTube is for this show. Like, if I didn't have to aggregate news through Reddit, I would not have Reddit at this point either.
Understandably, I think that's healthier, really.
Like the only reason
I know that I got a lot happier once I stopped paying attention, at least to Total War's Reddit.
Yeah. But yeah, so like basically, I have a Reddit for this show, and then like for like maybe some news for this some of the stuff that I care for, and then like technically I have a Tumblr, but it's only so I can look at like art, and that's it. Not even not even raunchy art. It's literally just people posting their drawings, and I go, hey, that looks neat. I only open Tumblr once a month. So
and
anyway.
the other bit of news is that Conan for Mortal Kombat came with a little bonus. Have you heard about this?
Yes, Floyd, but every time we talk about Conan, I think it's Conan O'Brien.
Who, I repeat, was put in to a NRS fighter as content that was only accessible within in-house, sadly.
I mean, is it controversial to say that I think Conan O'Brien would have been a more interesting character to add to Mortal Kombat than Conan the Barbarian?
No, I think that's, while it would have been stupid, I think that's pretty indisputable that Conan would have left a lot of questions.
Yeah. Fucking Mortal Kombat 13 comes with Jay Leno on disc. He's just
There's a lot of people. My sister would love to do fatalities to Jay Leno.
I mean, allegedly, some other mob also would like to do fatalities on Jay Leno.
Conan would like to do fatalities on Jay Leno.
Probably. Which one? Which Conan? Both.
Yeah, he'd probably find a way to offend the Barbarian.
But yeah, like out of the Conans I know, Barbarian Conan is probably the least interesting one that they could have added, because like they could have also just gotten Detective Conan. Oh boy. Don't worry, he might look like he's 8, but spiritually he's like 16, and he just got shrunk down to back to being 8, which makes it okay that he's getting his fucking guts ripped out.
Oh shit!
I think most the least interesting Conan out of the ones I know would have been O'Brien, and then Detective, and then Barbarian. Just because like Conan O'Brien is possible, and also the implications.
Well, he not only has to have a fatality, he has to have 2 fatalities, like 8 to 10 brutalities, and an animality.
He can figure something out. He wrote for The Simpsons. He can figure it out.
Would he summon the monorail?
Sure. they get all of the they get all of the characters that are not be in the match to walk on screen and just shout monorail, monorail, monorail. As it comes by and just hits the opponent characters.
They don't even sing it, they say it like a cult?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, at that point, they can't be sued by whoever it is that owns the rights to the Simpsons this week. Potentially them.
Oh,
I forget.
No, it's Disney that still owns Simpsons right now.
All right. Oh, shit. But yeah. So yeah,
Oh, boy.
Floyd.
Yeah, so surprise unplayable secret boss. When's the last time one of those existed in Mortal Kombat? Floyd is here. Now, have you looked into at all the conditions to unlock the fight against him?
It's random, as far as I'm aware.
There is a pool of 35 possible conditions to unlock Floyd, and every copy of Mortal Kombat 1 will pick 10 of those conditions to be that copy's conditions to unlock the Floyd boss fight.
And one of the conditions is punch Ed Boon. The good fucking luck. If you get
you have to find him. He's waiting for you.
Yeah.
And he's armed. Ed's done making Mortal Kombat in video games. He's making Mortal Kombat in real life now.
No. He's making, oh, fuck. What was it called? Give me a second. I need to look this up. So I can make the joke. I could just tell you what game I'm talking about, but that's not as funny as actually saying the name of it. Let's see. I'm getting close to it, if memory serves. No, I think I meant Vested. Fuck. Ah, Tao Feng, Fist of the Lotus. There we go. He's making that in real life.
That'd be awkward. On several levels.
Including just someone being a ripoff of Melina. Or not Melina, Kitana. Just one-to-one.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, I ran the math on this, the basic math on this, and it wound up somewhere in the space of, like, there's 18 million different possibilities or something like that for what your copy has to unlock Floyd. And here's the thing. There's not going to be that many copies of Mortal Kombat 1 getting sold. Like, it's just not going to happen. So, for one thing, that means every copy is going to have, statistically, going to have their own unique conditions to unlock Floyd, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy enough. But the other thing that I'm sitting there looking at, I'm thinking, oh my God, Ed was, they let Ed off the leash. Somebody at Warner Brothers said, fuck it, this isn't selling, just let Ed do something stupid. And they take the top off the fucking pot and the purple evil gas comes out. And Ed's true soul exits the vessel and re-enters his body. Yeah. Life enters his eyes again, and he says, we must use this new technology to the truest potential. Fucking with people! The spirit is back.
Yeah.
The question is, can they put the genie back in the bottle before Mortal Kombat 13? Or is Mortal Kombat 13 going to come out and half the roster exists in the realm of mystery?
Yeah, like, Mortal Kombat 13 comes out and there's only one returning character, it's Mocap.
You start with Mocap, you have to figure out how to unlock everyone else.
Yeah.
The conditions are all different. Some of them it's pretty simple. oh, you did the stupid stance switch button 30 times in one match. Congrats, Havoc. But then it's like, okay. But then if you log in on a Tuesday at the crack of dawn and you play a match against Cabal 10 times in a row, every time using a different brutality, then and only then do you unlock Striker.
I mean, like, I'm imagining like posts from the future, from this future, where it's like, man, this game is bullshit. I've been grinding characters for a whole month, and the only character I unlocked is Su Hao.
That would be Ed. He'd give you Su Hao would be the easiest one to unlock, and he'd choose to make Su Hao really lame.
Yeah.
He'd have the opportunity to finally make a Su Hao that doesn't suck, and he wouldn't because fuck it.
Like, no. Like, everyone on the cast is new, except 3 characters. Vocap, Su Hao, Meat. That's your 3 returning characters. Liu Kang is dead and mutilated in different ways in at least 3 separate stages.
And you can unlock his mutilated corpse just because somebody told Ed he has to be in there.
He's meat.
Yeah, oh, he's meat. That's a good point.
This is about like the story. The story is about like omniversal travel, and the 2 new main characters are like Johnny Cage's granddaughter and like some Lin Kuei descendant fucking.
It's Scorpion. Scorpion's third cousin is here.
Yeah, his name is just Scorp. Not even a P, just Scorp. Sub-Zero has been replaced by his much cooler like cousin twice removed, Hydro. He is made real. He's a real boy now.
You know, you could summon Hydro for in Mortal Kombat 11 for some reason. He was one of the summon guys.
The robot ninja?
I don't remember if he was a robot ninja, but there was a water ninja named Hydro that you could use to make water appear on screen. It would have to be a robot ninja because the human ninja associated with water is rain.
Yeah, because yeah, like if memory serves, that guy's name in the one game that he was in that we played was pronounced Hydro, but like, who knows?
No. I refuse this, Ed.
Noob Cybot is DLC, but it's the version of Noob Cybot that dies on boot. So it's just a fatality practice dummy. It's a waste of $5.
Oh shit!
And the problem is the dumber that we get, the dumber things that we say, the more likely they are to be true because we joked about the Kamidoku and then it became real.
Yep. Man, I was thinking about the Kamidogu when I sent you that fucking picture of Stephanie looking at Quan Chi. Stephanie McMahon looking at Quan Chi. I was thinking like, oh, that's another Kamidogu bit right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But like, it's genuinely the thing of like... oh, fuck.
Oh, Jesus, God.
Like, obviously, Ed Wood isn't actually listening to this podcast, I would assume. But it's like, we reach into the same wavelength of his bullshittery.
Which I don't know if that's enlightening or disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Johnny Cage's granddaughter is just called Jeannie Cage. There we go. There's your new character. There's your new protagonist.
fuckers.
Like I also mentioned the Lin Kuei and the other ones. I forget what their names are. They have since Mortal Kombat 12, they've been in like five like genocidal wars against each other. They never succeed. There's only like 4 ninjas left, and one of them is just Reptile's leg that's in cryostasis.
He can't stay winning for too long.
Yeah. He was too hot. Fuck.
And importantly, though, a lot of people want to fight Floyd, because if you fight Floyd and beat him, you unlock a new stage.
Yeah, the best stage in Mortal Kombat 12.
And Mortal Kombat 1's got a lot of really good stages, but yeah, Field of Destiny is always a winner.
Yeah, like I would honestly argue that it's the best stage we've gotten since. Well, I don't know if I can say since MK9 because I wouldn't be counting MK9.
MK9's got some winners. I'm a big fan of the Tornado of Souls. It's pretty sick.
I don't remember how it looks in MK9. Tornado.
And there's also the Mortal Kombat tournament stage, which looked real good with the guards patrolling in the background.
Tornado
Nine had some winners. It had some stinkers, but I think we can kind of agree Mortal Kombat X and 11 were both kind of iffy. Because Mortal Kombat X, I kind of like the pier with the crazy squid shit going on and the corpse washing up in the background. The Outworld Village was really lame except for Blanche.
Yeah, I think the problem with MK X and 11's stages is that they're all brown, and that's it.
Yeah, MK11's a little bit less guilty of that, but
yeah, because in MK11 it's either brown or blue.
Yeah, there's red. There's the sea of blood in the netherworld, nether realm rather. But yeah, it's not a lot.
But like I guess my problem is that, like, you know, it's ironic, but like I think one of the main problems is color coding. Like, you know, some color coding has to happen for stages or just any artwork to feel cohesive with itself. Yeah. But they go too far with it, in my opinion. In Mortal Kombat, everything is some shade of this color, instead of it's a mixture of what shade it's supposed to be and this color.
Yeah, I think even MK9 was generally pretty washed out, which was certainly the fact. I was at the start of the time. MK1, I think, does a very good job of having the colors generally be mixed up. Because the Field of Destiny is fairly brown. It's like the one really brown stage in the game other than the Tarkatan camp.
Yeah. But like, also, like, how did it take Mortal Kombat? Fucking, what was it? Nearly 30 years now to get a Field of Destiny. And how can I justify not bringing it back in the next game? Because like,
I'm going to say part of it is probably going to come down to the simple fact that the Field of Destiny in Mortal Kombat's version is super tournament illegal.
True. I mean, they could just make it legal though.
Yeah, it's a simple fix, but yeah.
But yeah, like, more games need Fields of Destinies. Like Street Fighter. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like Street Fighter 6 needs to add one. Moonlit Wilderness should be a Tekken mainstay. The Tekken 5 version. They should just remaster the Tekken 5 version of Moonlit Wilderness. Don't fucking do anything with it. Every time you do it, it's shit. You fuck it up. Just take Moonlit Wilderness and remake the assets in HD.
And Tekken seems to be very apprehensive about the idea of repeating stages. I don't know what their thing is, but when they go back to Moonlit Wilderness, they always take up the stance of, we can't go back to actual Moonlit Wilderness. We'll set it in the vicinity of Moonlit Wilderness for some reason.
Yeah, like that's my problem, because like poolside, you got poolside twice, 3 times throughout the series, and it's if memory serves, it's more or less the same stage every time. But Moonlit Wilderness can be cool. We got it too good in Tekken 5.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. I don't remember if KOF has a Field of Destiny or not.
Oh boy, I don't recall there ever. There was definitely like one in Last Blade for SNK.
Yeah, like just going through series by themselves, like Fatal Fury. It's not quite the same thing, but I would argue that Terry's Train is the Field of Destiny in Fatal Fury.
Yeah,
like it has the same feel of a Field of Destiny.
Yeah. The Field of Destiny for Mortal Kombat classically is the pit, which it's weird they tend to leave that out in half of them.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Guilty Gear, I'm not sure has one. I classically think of the Kyo's Mansion, or Key's Mansion, I should say. See, but that's about all I can think of.
My first thought was Japan.
The whole?
Yes, the whole. I mean, oh fuck.
I mean, it's there in both X2 and Xrd, so there is a point there.
Oh, fuck. But also just the idea of like, oh, Field of Destiny, what is it? Well, it's generally a plane in the nature. In SNK's case, or Fatal Fury's case, at least I guess it's a moving train with in the neat nature, and then you just see the nature change as it moves. Guilty Gear, it's a big fucking hole in the middle of the ocean. It's where Japan used to be.
There are 2 ways to do the Field of Destiny. If you go by the example of Tekken or SNK, it is nature. Or alternatively, if you go by the examples of Guilty Gear and Mortal Kombat, it is whole.
Yeah, true.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
So anyway, do we have any other news that you remember?
Not that I can think of. I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
All right, well,
if I am forgetting something, feel free to bitch me out in the comments.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
To my dick.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite bits is saying, send your inquiries to the following web zone, and then just not putting fucking anything on screen.
Yeah!
I mean, half of the time I'm genuinely asking a question and just forget to put it up there, but it's still funny.
If you have an issue with the way we do things, don't put it in the comments, because we don't check those. Send a letter to P.O. Box 666.
69 420.
69 420 80085.
Yeah. Hell, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. So anyway, the fighting games that we played, I guess, if you want to talk about those.
Yeah! I said that at the same time Jackie Bryant did. God damn it.
He's infecting you. Jackie can be a lot of fun. He can also be reduced to flip kick. He is still fun as flip kick, but still.
Oh God.
So, should I go first, or do you want to?
I don't really know. I've only got one game to talk about that I can think of, so I would be the simple one to get out of the way. But I don't know if that means I should go first or last.
Whichever feels right to you, I guess.
I'm good to wait.
All right. Well, so as you know, and as the audience may know, I don't know. I do a thing on my channel where I play through arcade fighting game arcade modes, or whatever is the closest equivalent. And sometimes I don't play through them because either I can't fucking stand the game long enough, or I just genuinely run out of time.
Yeah.
Now I try to keep games that I don't actually finish to the minimum, because that's kind of the whole deal of the series. But sometimes the games are just that bad.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and also sometimes I'm just not in the mood, because there was at least one I remember where the game crashed on me like 3 times while recording, and after the 4th crash I just went, you know what, fuck it. And the best part is, I don't remember if that recording was even uploaded. But yeah, so yeah, I do these arcade runs in fighting games. I try to go for more obscure games. There is gonna be a time when I go out of the more obscure, because I wanted to play more mainstream games. Because after like a month or 2, I forget of playing just like Battle Shinden and like Slap Happy Rhythm Busters. I went, hey, you know what I want to play? CVS.
Yeah.
And so I just played CVS and Soul Calibur and stuff like that. But when I did these, I also just went out of my way to go, okay, well, I want to play this game particularly, but is it part of a series? And if so, can I just play the entire series? Because then I might just, show more of the series of that people might not have seen. Which is how we get to how we get to stuff like me fighting Devil Kazuya in Tekken 2 for an actual hour, if not more. Like it's an hour on recording, or in the video rather. I forget how long it actually was. I just know that it was very long. Like you know that videos are really fun to shoot, then the amount of time it took to fight the boss can be counted in hours, by the way.
Oh no.
This has happened a couple of times. Devil Kazuya in Tekken 2. The final boss of Darak Tenshi, who is just called like Miguel or something, I forget. He's not playable, so we will know him. And most recently, Battle Fantasia.
Oh boy.
So Battle Fantasia, for one, is a game that you got me, so thanks. But it is is a simplified fighting game made by Arxis that has a fantasy setting. It is kind of like Granblue, but like, I don't know, 10 years before Granblue, and without the whole cooldowns thing. And instead you just like it is made back in the time, and simplified input meant Hadouken. So
yeah,
that otherwise it's kind of like I want to call it an anime fighter because it feels like an anime fighter, but like looking at it, it feels like an anime fighter, but it's not. It's a grounded fighter that has anime moments, gameplay wise. Anyway, the game was fine. Like I enjoyed the game. I think it's fun, but there are certain bad matchups for the character that I play with, who is Watson, and Watson is a small bunny guy. He has like either D or the second least amount of HP in the game, if memory serves.
Oh.
He is a magician. He is a set plays owner.
Oh.
He also has Maze or Old Mistfinder. No, the one where it's more
I
like
see.
the one where it's more like Blanca Ball.
Huh.
So,
Oh, right. Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. It took me a bit. Sorry.
so yeah, I play Watson in that game because I thought he looked like fun, and I played him, and like you can do good combo with the traps and shit. Like he can send out the traps fast enough that you can actually use it in combos and stuff. So that's cool. Battle Fantasia has a whatchamacallit, it has a mechanic called Heat. It's this
I
game's
see.
I actually don't remember what it's called in BlazBlue. Fuck. Whatever. It is a thing from BlazBlue where you pop it and your meter goes down and you deal more damage and get like better frame data and shit. Basically.
Okay.
So the final boss of the game is called Deathbringer. He has some armored moves. Like he is, whatever. He has like 5,000 health compared to Watson's 2,500. Something like that. But yeah, he has some armored moves, whatever. He's kind of difficult to. He also has a launch where he turns into a horse, and that covers like I want to say, yeah.
A lunge return. Hold on. He turns into a horse as part of his moveset?
Yes, well, he doesn't turn into a horse. He turns into a centaur, basically. Like he just makes himself horse horse belly and ass out of fire and just runs at you with holding out his sword.
Okay, that makes it. If he's making the shape of a horse with fire powers, that's a little bit different.
But yeah, so he by the way, this is the part of his Shoryu. Like like he does his launch forward that covers, I want to say, like something like 50 or 75% of the screen, and then if it hits or if it hits at all, if it's on block or if it's on hit, he goes into a Shoryu. The Shoryu has armor, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah, stuff like this. Like just imagine shit like this. And he was a bit of a problem, but whatever. So here's the thing: you beat Deathbringer, and then Deathbringer powers up.
Nice.
And when I say you beat Deathbringer, I mean you beat Deathbringer twice. This isn't this isn't an old SNK thing where the boss powers up for the second round. No, you beat him in one round, then you beat him in 2 rounds, and then he stands back up and he goes, I have 2 more in me. And from this point on, the suffering begins. So, before I explain what brought this on, I want to note my recording of Battle Fantasia. Well, let's see. The final video that was uploaded is 45 minutes long, 46 if you wanna round it up. The recording. How do I put this? Okay, so the amount of time it took me to get to the final boss was 35 minutes. The final recording length was 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I counted. Like I genuinely checked because I was curious. I fought the final boss of this game for 2 hours. So, all of his moves get armor. At least 2 hits. At least. Instead of 5,000 health, he now has 38,000 health. Reminder, I'm playing a small bunny who has 2,500. By the way, you can only damage him if you're in heat.
Oh.
Because otherwise you're all... Yeah?
In heat? Oh, you just now said bunny and then said in heat, so I had to stop and go like, okay, heat's a mechanic.
Yeah,
I assume that it doesn't literally mean you have to be horny to beat this guy up.
I would hope not. Yeah. You have to activate the heat mechanic to be able to deal damage to him. But otherwise, all of your attacks do 1 and 2, sometimes 3, very rarely 4. Once again, reminder, this person has 38,000 health.
Oh boy.
So yeah, oh, by the way, he doesn't have a super meter anymore. Instead, he has Q Stunt. But instead of making him heartier, what it does is, if he can prop the taunt 3 times, he just fucking nukes you.
Oh, I see.
And so yeah, that's... I spent 2 hours fighting this with a small bunny.
That would be a problem, yes.
So, appropriately, I titled the video, Small Bunny Summon Crab Then Die. Because what... that is the most I could describe what happens in the video, because it one of Watson's standing heavy punch or whatever, like heavy attack, is like he summons constellations basically to attack with, and basically his standing jab or whatever, his standing heavy punch is just putting out the cancer constellation, you know, the crab.
Yeah.
And so the battle, the way I beat it is I just kept summoning the crab on him to deal damage when I had heat activated. So that he would eventually die. And this took me I want to say genuinely half an hour. Like I spent an hour and a half just trying to figure out what the fuck. Because genuinely, what the fuck. The game is good otherwise. The final boss is just very overtuned.
Sounds like.
Then, let's see. I mean, in some of these titles, I feel like I remember more about the creation of the title and why we got this title than I do the game otherwise. Like, can't say The Secret Fist. Have you heard of this game?
I'm not sure I do.
It's a PlayStation.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It's a PlayStation 1 fighting game that is it's a 3D fighting game. It's sort of between Virtua Fighter and Tekken in its execution. I thought with kickboxing Robert Pattinson puts on strike pants during a fight.
Kickboxing Robert Pattinson does what now?
Puts on striped pants during a fight.
Oh, I see.
Because there's this punk guy who I chose to play as. He looks like Robert Pattinson, and he wears no shirt and like red leather pants. And for whatever reason, when I was fighting the wrestler character, the graphics bugged out, and like the sprites in the background were replaced with sprites. Some of the sprites on the characters got replaced with stripes. This included the leather texture on his leather pants, so it just looked like he had white, red and white striped pants instead.
Oh boy.
Okay. And then, you know, I said that you know, most of these games, or some of these games, aren't good. I don't think I actually ever elaborated that I am trying to go through the PlayStation's library. Like I will try to go through PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and maybe 3. I don't know. 3 is up in the air, but 1 and 2 probably. I will do my best to get most, if not all, of the fighting games that were released and just give them a chance.
Yeah.
Because some of these games have not seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if ESRB saw them when they rated it. You know?
They had to lays off on some games.
Yeah. So yeah. Then, so, you know, what comes with this is that I play some hidden gems. I play some really good fighting games, ones that surprise me, and I play some really fucking bad ones.
Oh yeah.
One of the bad ones is Fist. That's the name, Fist.
Oh boy, is that the one with the rabbit, or is that the newer game?
Rabbit?
I thought there was a game called FIST.
Oh no,
Oh, that's
not,
the newer one where you play as the rabbit who can driving a mech. Right.
yeah, no, not fighting Shadow Torch or whatever. No. This is a fighting game for the PlayStation 1 called Fist.
Oh.
It is Japan exclusive. It is if memory serves, it was a cast of 80% anime chicks, one muscle dude, and a racist caricature. What was the roster?
This is, oh boy, we're meeting a lot of the stereotypes here for bad Japanese games.
Yes. And so I went with one of the characters. One of the characters was had this like big fat bear mascot costume, and I was like, how did they pull this off on the PlayStation 1? Because the art made it look like basically I expected Kuma, but with an anime girl face drafted into his mouth, more or less. Like, that's what I wanted.
Nice.
But that's not what I got. Instead, what I got was a shitty imitation. Like, it was just the art made it look like it's this big bear costume to look like an actual bear, and it in the game it's just this little skinny thing. It doesn't even look like a bear, and she just has no moveset. She's the worst. So I just named the video.
Why would you want a moveset?
Yeah. So I titled the video "Bear of Bad News" because it was bad news for me. Like, I'm really fucking popping off with some of these titles. Molasses Catboy struggles with life. I think people will click on that one.
Oh yeah. And you will get a variety of angry comments going, God damn it.
Yeah.
Who am I supposed to jerk off to now?
Oh, that's for a video game titled Abella Burn. Abella Burn. Before we started this recording, the first time, I mean, we talked about this topic already, and I said that it has happened to me twice, that there's a Japanese game where it's like supposed to be a fighting game, and I boot it up, and I load in, and I choose the character, and it's an RPG. Abella Burn was one of them. But you see, here's the thing. Abella Burn has a separate story mode, which is a 3D beat 'em up RPG. It also has an arcade mode that's titled something else, but I forget what. But it's not arcade, because I feel like I would have noticed that. And so yeah. I eventually found out about this, went back and actually played Abella Burn, the fighting game part of it. And it is a 3-button fighting game. I think, yeah, it's a 3-button fighting game. It has no motion inputs. It has technically command normals, but the command normals are made up and the inputs don't matter. You can get a fireball off of neutral, off of forward punch, and off of back huddle punch. I've done it on all three consistently. like if one of the inputs failed, I just had to move into the other one. It's like the game changing the input on the fly.
Oh boy.
Also, you have 3 attack buttons. No block if memory serves, or it was back to block. I don't remember. No. The block was on L1. So you have 3 moves. You have punch on square. You have kick on triangle, and you also have a sweep on R1.
Okay.
The sweep button has no combos because it's a sweep. Except when it's not.
No.
For example, for the Catboy, it was just a small swipe that didn't knock down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was the sweep that didn't. The little sweep that couldn't.
It was a sweepant. And then let's see, what other games are really noteworthy out of these? I forget if it was Kensei Sacred Fist or if it was Fighter's Impact. Both of them are 3D fighting games on the PlayStation 1. But one of them had this very interesting idea that if you just defend that basically, then instead of doing the just defend, the character would parry the move. And that was very cool. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Kensei, but I don't remember. Then let's see. The games that I've talked about, most of them have been Japanese, so I'll hit one that was from America. Boombots.
Uh-oh.
Have you heard of Boombots?
No, but it already sounds stinky.
It is a how the fuck do I even describe that game? Because it's Power Stone, but it's only ranged attacks.
Oh,
and also no pickups.
I see.
Like there are pickups, but the pickups that are on the map are just to build meter, so you can do better ranged attacks.
Oh boy.
The highlight of the game were the clay animation, because they just for whatever reason decided that the game should not only have like an involved, you know, not only should it have a somewhat cinematic story, but it should be all claymation. Oh, I like the claymation.
Yeah.
And then also the other part I liked was before each level you get a mission briefing from a commander type character, and they try to incentivize you to win the match, basically by promising you stuff. Now they did do this the wrong way around, because the first match they promised me the entire state of Arizona.
Is that the state you want?
Probably not, but you know.
I wouldn't think so.
But I mean, it's like, you know, you do that, and then like three fights later, the commander is like, "All right, if you win this, I will put on a dress."
Awesome. Okay, we're that kind of sense of humor in a game. I see.
Yeah. I mean, one of the mid mission cutscenes that were done with claymation, because it's about robots fighting aliens, but instead of fighting the aliens, you fight robots that have been turned evil by the aliens. But yeah, so the aliens are not just aliens; they're cat aliens.
Nice.
And one of the things that they figured should have budget into animating it with claymation is an alien, like a robot, one of the main robots going after an alien, and he sets a trap. He puts down a litter box, and then he goes into a box himself, like a separate cardboard box.
Yeah.
And a cat alien comes and looks at the litter box and sits down to shit. And he tries to steal their gun, but the alien notices, so he leaves. And instead he like, you know, without looking, he tries to pick up the gun that is not there anymore, and then he instead picks up the shit.
Okay, well, I think people make that mistake all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, you know, it's very like mid 90s, I don't know, 7 to 12 ages humor. That's not really the demographic that I think they were trying to aim for. Then
they would probably succeed with it, I suppose.
Another American game that I played was Cardinal Sin with a Y.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of Cardinal Sin?
No.
Alright, it's also a PS1. Oh, most of these are PS1 games. But
yeah.
Cardinal Sin was weird. I actually sort of enjoyed it. It was very janky. And the AI can eat my ass, but but it had ideas. It has promise. Like it's one of those games where I feel like if we sat down and played it, and you also could put up with the jank levels, then I feel like we might actually enjoy it, unironically. So,
okay,
the way I can put it is this: imagine if Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur.
Okay, explain.
So,
I demand further explanation.
So, the game has gore. The game is in like a sort of washed out, like post-apocalyptic setting, but it's also medieval times. Whatever, sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, basically like generic. We want to be Mortal Kombat aesthetic. Imagine that. That's the basis. Then, all of the characters have weapons. You choose a character, and you load in, and it's Soul Calibur. but with fine adjustments. So instead of having a guard button and shit like that, you have a vertical slash, a horizontal slash, a low slash,
Heh.
and then a block button. Those are your main inputs. Then also on top of this, you have a separate jump button because we couldn't make it good, I guess. Too good, at least. We couldn't make it too good. And then a separate shove button.
Oh.
And also, since Mortal Kombat, since Soul Calibur has parries, they didn't want to do just regular Soul Calibur parries. So instead, what you do is you input block and back during a combo, and if it and if you parry with the block, then it goes into a cinematic throw instead.
All right.
Now for the bet. The throws, these throws, do not deal damage, even though you can see blood coming out of people. Instead, what deals damage is positioning. For you see, if you shove someone into the wall, they take damage from the wall. Because that's the wall, brother.
Okay.
And also, the AI is just a bitch. Generally. Like, it starts at fine enough. But eventually it just becomes projectile, because every character has a projectile, by the way. And it just becomes it just becomes I'm gonna spam my projectile, and then if you get close, then I will do things that are literally impossible to you. Like, for example, it should be impossible to block while your back is turned to an opponent, which, by the way, yes, this is one of those games that doesn't turn you around immediately, because you have to do that yourself. There's two reasons for this. One is 3D jank, but another reason is that there's a button that you can press, and it goes into free roam. So while the fight is going on, you can run around the stage.
Okay, delightful, I suppose.
Yeah. It is funny. It's how I won the last fight that I won in the game.
Oh boy.
But yeah. So, I mean, it also needs to be said, the character I was playing as is a jester. He's called Hecklar.
Hecklar. Now that's the nastiest name of a hero if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. And one another character that I remember taking note of was Pinkster, who is a rogue. Yeah. Like... But yeah, there was something about Hecklar that just really spoke to me, because, yeah, I mean, how can you, like just imagine the most shit-eating jester that you can think of, and it's them. He is a mace.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, like, I had fun with the game until the AI decided that it will do projectile spam, and, like, it's once again, it's a thing of, like, usually there's no such thing as projectile spam in fighting games, but, like, for one, this isn't a traditional fighting game. You can't just jump over the projectiles. That is not possible with the controls. And like, they have such large hitboxes that I've genuinely sidestepped projectiles and still got hit a couple of times.
Huh?
Also, it's just one of those things where, like, oh yeah, I didn't finish. So yeah. So it should be impossible to block while your back is turned to the opponent. I have it on recording that one of the later stage AIs, I hit them on the back and they turn around to block.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the sort of AI we're dealing with. The game ended, or my arcade playthrough ended once I got to a character who is not usually playable, because there are secret characters, of course. This was in the 90s, and it is. So once again, like, the video is an hour long, because that's how long it took for me to get there. With how the AI was in the later stages. Just take note of that.
I see.
So I go up against the final character that I decided to face in the end. He's a character called Voodoo. And I go in like, hey, that's a weird name, but all of the characters have weird names in this game, so whatever. I go in, I see him, and he is like another caricature, a racial caricature, and I go, oh no, And that's the last bit of my commentary for the rest of the match.
Oh, awesome.
And then I get beaten because the AI is cheating sometimes. A lot of times I got outplayed. But sometimes it was cheating. And I just ended the video by saying that Heckler was defeated by racism. Because...
Not inaccurate.
Yeah. I felt like it was fitting. Okay, and then let's see. Just today, earlier today, I played 2 of the worst fighting games I have played in my life.
Oh boy.
These are... I don't have the names there. Shit. Alright, the names are here. So I will start with the more interesting one, I think. Battlemaster.
Okay.
Battlemaster is a Japanese fighting game. It is the most Western Japanese fighting game I've ever played. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, oh no, you Western fighting game, whatever. No, like I genuinely mean it has Western aesthetics. Like I would not be surprised if a Western dev made these backgrounds and shit. That's what I mean when I say it is the most Western looking Japanese fighting game I played.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's like a post-apocalypse. I don't know. Like that's part of the problem. It has story. I saw that it has story. It's all in Japanese. There's not even voiceover, so I would have to read. I can't read Japanese. So just from the aesthetics, I figured that it's like a post-apocalypse, because that's what it looked like. And you like go through portals. You go through NetherRealm hell portals to talk with people and then fight them. But when you fight them, it's different people. And also the icon for talk is the Silver Surfer.
I mean, he's big on solving issues peacefully.
But like you talk with people and then you fight.
Well, when you think about it, fighting is a way of solving issues peacefully.
Yeah. You talk with your fists, like Ryu has always said.
As Naruto has always said, I think. I don't know.
I think both of them.
Probably.
So yeah. So you go, okay, you talk with a guy. He has his entire tits out. Like it's not even just like he's not shirtless. He just has cleavage exposing shirts. And you talk to him, and he says something in Japanese. I don't know what. And then the fight opens up. So I go down to the fight option. I press fight, and it turns out the only character that I can play as is Big Booba Pixie Woman.
I see.
But see,
I'm sure that made you very happy.
Like the thing is here that you have to keep in mind. None of these are sprites. This is all 3D, early 3D.
Oh joy.
Okay. Let us see if I can't quickly snap a picture of something interesting from it so that you see. Well, actually, I could just probably fucking look the game up. Why am I dumb?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Pixie Woman. There we go. That's it. Here you go. Here's the image. So this is what the fighting game part. This is what the fighting game part of this game looks like.
Oh, like shit.
Yeah.
So is it genuine 3D with sidestepping, or is this 2.5D before Street Fighter 4 popularized it?
This is 2.5D.
Before Street Fighter 4 popularized it. That's crazy. It looks horrible.
2.5D was the default. Like 2.5D was in a bunch of Street Fighter. Was in a bunch of PS2. Fucking hell. It was in a bunch of PS1 games even. 2.5D was.
Yeah, but it didn't work until Street Fighter 4 did it.
It did though.
These games suck. You're saying they suck.
No, but good games did it too. Is the thing.
Which ones?
I mean, do you want specifically fighting games, or do you want just games in general that use 2.5D?
Fighting games.
All right, fighting games. Let's see. Because I will have to think. My brain is filled with trash. But like, I would argue the Street Fighter EX for one. Like, maybe not the first one, but one of two, more or less. EX Plus or EX2 Alpha. Was it EX Plus Alpha and EX2 Plus? Whatever. You get the point. Like one of the later releases that was still on the PS2. Yeah, we don't talk about the EX3. Let's see. What other game used 2.5D? Can't say Sacred Fist if memory serves. That's also a 2.5D fighting game. Like it wasn't like really great, but it was better than this shit. And like,
well,
Plasma Sword.
I suppose then you could say Street Fighter popularized it, but it wasn't. They weren't the first to do it, at least in a mildly competent fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that Street Fighter 4 didn't popularize it. But to say that they were the first one to do it good is an overstatement.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Battle Master, so.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, my call dropped for like just a second. It was weird.
I'm trying to put it into words how Battle Master felt. Like, genuinely, I don't know how I can put the experience into words. It's like, okay, Space Channel 5. Imagine.
I don't know what that is.
Oh shit. Okay, Sly Cooper 1, the part with the in the bayou, with the final boss, where she shoots out.
She throws rhythm at you.
Yes. So imagine that. But there's no rhythm shooting at you. You just have to guess what the rhythm is and press the buttons, and sometimes animations happen.
Okay.
So what I resorted to doing, because how the game works, is that there's frequent animations for every attack, of which there's 8. There's 8 attacks. No jumps. No crouching. Just what your face buttons are on, and pressing L1 to change which attack the button does, but it only changes like one attack more or less.
Okay.
And how the game works is that, say for example, you have a flip kick. Alright, the flip kick is 25 frames long. It hits on, I don't know, the first 10. Maybe 5. Yeah, sure, whatever. Alright. So what happens is, you input.
I'm getting a phone call. Sorry.
All right. One sec.
Let me mute myself real quick.
Yeah. So what happens, listener, is you press L1 and triangle, because that is the button for flip kick. It can just be triangle normally, or any direction, because those are forbidden in the post-apocalypse, I suppose. And you press L1 and triangle, and Pixie Booba Lady does a flip kick. And once the flip kick has connected, she returns to neutral. There is no recovery frames. There is no, making sure that the model goes back to where it was. You just do the flip kick. She moves from her default pose into the flip pose, does a rotation around her axis, and then snap back to reality. And that is every move. There's a lot of animation snapping in this game, and it is, oh boy. Then, while Domio is still preoccupied, I will look up the other game. So,
I just keep going about that other game for a while. I need to move something across rooms and apparently walk the dog. Honestly, it might be best to just pause the recording for 10 or 15 minutes.
all right. 1 sec. And we're back, I believe.
Yeah! Back we are, I think. Who
All
knows?
right. So, the other game, I found an image while you were gone, is, I will read out this name to you. Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon Super S Shin Shuyaku Sodatsen.
Well, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Like, it's a title where, like, if you can say it without messing up, it kind of feels like you just put a fucking Chinese curse on someone and it's all in Japanese. But you know. I posted an image of the game.
Okay, let me tab over to check on that. Oh.
Yeah?
It's just Sailor Moon.
No. It's bad Sailor Moon. But see, Sailor Moon comes in many flavors, most of them bad even, but none of them quite this bad.
I see.
Cause see, like, it could be a funny fighting game. That's what I expected. I expected it to be a port of the one that's on the SNES that is like very, whatchamacallit, like very famously broken and shit.
Notoriously broken?
Yeah, it's not that. It's worse.
I see.
Here, someone out there actually did a playthrough of this, and I am scared for their mental well-being. And then someone is no, but here's some images that they captured, and you can see the game, how the game looks better on those. Now, there's a couple of things to point out here. The fact that the characters feel like you don't control them, you give them like ideas and they might act upon them is one. The animations are all stiff as fuck. Every projectile, every characters only have one type of special and it's a projectile. Every projectile is, I want to say, around somewhere between 100 and 300 frames.
I see.
And on top of this, the fact that they use 3D models, but not proper 3D models, because that would have made sense. No, you see, they did a Rare. But, you know, Rare did this with the Super Nintendo, not the fucking PS1. So what they did is they made 3D models and took images of them. That, to my understanding, that is what it seems that they have done, because if they didn't, then the game wouldn't look this bad.
Yeah.
And one of the notable things that you need to realize is that some characters just can't afford a face.
It gets pretty expensive these days.
Yeah, like you can't see Sailor Mercury in any of these images. I can assure you, she beat me because she has no face. And also because the game feels like complete ass to play and all that, but you know, I blame it on her not having a face. It gives her more power. Like, and that's kind of the thing. So, like, you know, some characters, like, the faces vary, but they never have a full face. Some characters, like Moon, Sailor Moon, she has eyes. In some frames, she might have a mouth too. I've never seen a nose. Let's just point that out. And yeah, for the other characters, it's a toss-up of whether they will have eyes or just nothing. And when they have nothing, it's scary. Now, on top of this, the game has voices in its head, but also just in the game.
Do they talk to the game and understand?
No. No one can understand this game, not even the voices in it.
But, I can't really blame them.
But you see, the problem here is that the characters have, I want to say, 3 battle grunts. One of them is specified to be the projectile grunt out of those 3 battle grunts. And on top of this,
I see.
On top of this, they have like proper dialogue between matches, or like when they win and whatever. Like they have actual voice dialogue, and that would be cool if it didn't mean that during the match there's 3 grunts that repeat, and by 3 grunts, of course, mean 1 for each character.
Oh no.
And when I say grunts, I'll be like, ha, or whatever. No. I fought Mercury twice or 3 times. The entire match, she was doing up on uppercut, which triggers her projectile grunt. Her projectile grunt is yelling, ha! And she just did that She did that for the entire match.
Right, because we didn't know yet what voice lines sound good in a video game and which ones don't.
And like it was at points, I'm pretty sure that she got off her own yelling. And it's one of those things where like, this would have been funny. Like, this is funny to watch. I've watched the video back. It is funny to watch. But when you're playing the game, every sense is getting assaulted. Taylor Mercury is yelling in your ear constantly. He has no face. And also, you can't move.
I see, but she can't.
Yeah. She doesn't see, but she knows. Okay, I think either at the second time she beat me or when I won, I forget which one, but I think I say that I don't know what hell looks like, but I think Sailor Mercury is there yelling because it was that bad.
I see.
So yeah, like genuinely, I believe this might be the worst fighting game I've played, or if not, then it's definitely up there. It's in like top 3. It's like this, Criticom, and then like, I don't know. Fucking balls and paws. They can share a spot.
Yeah.
But then again, like, balls and paws are some of the worst fighting games you've played. To me, they look competent with the things I've seen. Can you fathom the fact that fucking Brutal Paws of Fury looks competent next to something?
No, I can't.
So anyway, those are the bad games. Oh no, there's one more.
Okay.
There's one more that I need to point out, but that's not necessarily bad. It's just uninspired. Advanced VG. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
I have, actually. I think, or at least I remember hearing someone talk about Advanced VG once upon a time. But yeah, so Advanced VG is like, you're gonna see a pattern here. Advanced VG is a fighting game where the roster is somewhere upwards 80% or upwards of women. That was just the style.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Okay.
I'm just saying that this is just a recurring theme with fighting games that I've played, all the obscure ones. It's that just like they just went, alright, fuck it, no men, all women, all booba, this will sell, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So Advanced VG is okay. The first Advanced VG is a shameless ripoff of Street Fighter 2. I spent the entire time playing that game, saying, "Wow, this is just Street Fighter 2. I could be playing Street Fighter 2. You know what the difference between this and Street Fighter 2 is? Street Fighter 2 was like 15 years prior.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like, you know, it's there's a major difference between a ripoff and, you know, something that is like being influenced by something. It has a big difference between what can I really point out? There's a big difference between King of Fighters and Mario from Dong Dong Never Die. You know. And Advanced VG is Mario from Dong Dong Never Die.
Oh.
It is just shamelessly taking taking characters from Street Fighter 2, redrawing them as anime even. And that's it.
Oh. I see.
Like there's Zengi Fumen. I mean, see the thing is, she doesn't do a pile driver, she does a backbreaker, which makes all the difference. It doesn't matter that all of her other moves look exactly the same as Zengi's. But she doesn't do a spinning pile driver, so that makes it all fine. The main character, Yuka, she isn't just Ryu in a maid outfit. No, you see, her Tatsumaki sucks.
Well, yeah, that's all you need to make a different character.
Yeah. It's also not just like it's not a whatchamacallit. It's not like it's literally not a Tatsumaki. It's not a spinning kick. It is genuinely just an advancing roundhouse kick, but it sucks. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff like this. And I spent the entire video talking about, you know, this, how it really just feels like Street Fighter 2, but we just drew over the sprites with anime women. So the Advanced VG had a sequel. And I played that one too. I played Advanced VG 2. Advanced VG 2 innovated, because they are no longer ripping off Street Fighter 2. They are now ripping off King of Fighters 96 or 97.
Sweet.
Those are either or like Fatal Fury, I think. Maybe Art of Fighting. I don't know which one. Like I couldn't tell from the game mechanics, but I know that the new protagonist that they have, because they have a new protagonist who is just the same as the old protagonist, but a different character and slightly younger. She is Yuri Sakazaki. But without the air Hadouken, like before she got the air Hadouken.
I see.
But like she has the rear view, she has the clumsy personality, and otherwise her moveset is Ryo Sakazaki's, so she's Yuri.
Yep, it adds up.
And some of the other ones weren't like in Advanced VG 2. Some of the other characters weren't so obviously just ripoffs of other characters. Yuka returns and she is still just Ryu, but it doesn't matter as much as a new character that they added, whose name I don't even remember. She is this like godwoman. She is Yashiro. She just is.
Oh.
And most blatantly,
not a bad character to rip off.
And most blatantly, one of the characters I fought in arcade mode was a bartender, a goth bartender, who's literally just King. Like, it's just got King.
Okay.
And with more of a, like, obvious bartender outfit, instead of, you know, the, whatchamacallit, the tuxedo. But the moveset was just 90% fucking King.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, I ended that video, the second Advanced VG video, saying that, you know, I hope that the series can come back so they can rip off BlazBlue this time, because they won't get sued for that.
I wouldn't be too certain.
I mean, it's a lot less likely that they will get sued by Arxis for ripping off BlazBlue, considering that BlazBlue is dead, than in the 90s, when they were ripping off Street Fighter and King of Fighters.
To quote that line that too many people quote from Happy Smiling Friends, it's my license to do nothing with if I want to.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that.
I mean, the thing is, technically they are doing stuff with the BlazBlue IP, it's just not fighting games.
Which I think is probably the preference of many BlazBlue fans.
Yeah.
If you like BlazBlue as a fighting game, it's probably not going to get better than Chrono Phantasma. Or no, Central Fiction, excuse me.
Yeah.
And if you're into majority of BlazBlue fans are probably into it because they want to see Jin and Ragna. There you go, Jin and Ragna. Most of the BlazBlue fans that exist probably just want to see Jin and Ragna bang.
I don't know. I haven't been around BlazBlue fans enough to know. As in, I haven't been around BlazBlue fans in general. But, you know.
Everything I hear about them, it paints them as a sort that's very fanfic-heavy audience.
But yeah, so now that I've finished my roundup, I will close it out with the good one. So, you know, one of the reasons to do this is that you can find hidden gems, or like not that well-known ones, or just stuff that you might have heard about but didn't get to check out just yet. Have you heard of a game series called Asuka 120%?
No.
Alright. Asuka 120% is one of the pioneers of the anime fighting genre. Allegedly, if memory serves.
Okay.
So, the timeline, from what I understand, is Darkstalkers, then Asuka, and then we get stuff like Guilty Gear and shit.
Okay.
That's you.
Excuse me.
And Asuka is a mixed bag, but it's a mixed bag where, like, it's... So, I'll explain and you'll see what I mean when I say it's a mixed bag. So, Asuka is, once again, a fighting game series where the roster is 99% women even. They all want women. No.
Man, this really works out with what I've been playing, huh?
Could you repeat that?
I said this really works out with what I've been playing, huh?
With a what plan?
And this really works out with what I've been playing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. But yeah, so 99% of the roster is women in the series. In the final game, they added one male character. I think he's a joke character.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
So, Asuka 120%. Yeah, it needs to be noted. It starts out with a Bishoujo aesthetic, sort of, and then it becomes more moe. Do any of those words mean anything to you?
I'm pretty sure moe means cute little girl, which is immediately like, oh nope, don't like it.
Well, no, it's not Platinum the Trinity. It's like, did you ever see the whatchamacallit, the Powerpuff Girls anime?
No.
Shit. that was my one frame of reference for that art style. But it's not like cute little girls. It's not the shit that Travis Touchdown watches. Is, I guess, the best way I can put it. It's like it's like, what if we made anime girls into fucking rubber band characters, or rubber hose characters, kinda. Like
okay.
It's like fucking. It's like the middle evolution between just normal Bishoujo characters, where it's like, regular, like, pretty woman. Well, woman. Bishoujo means, it would mean, like, pretty teenager or something like that. I don't fucking know. These terms are dumb.
Oh, boy.
No, it might be pretty woman. I don't fucking know. Once again, these terms are confusing and dumb. But it's like the middle evolutionary line between, like, pretty anime woman and chibi anime woman. But they have like weirdo proportions with like large hands and feet, like bulbous hands and feet, and like tube arms.
Sure.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. The only two, like, only the last game has that art style, thankfully, and the other ones look like 80s anime. So, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's the bad of the game. That whole shebang. The gameplay is fucking awesome.
Okay.
So it has no air dashes. Those haven't been invented yet. Like I think the Devolution line is legitimately just like, what if I don't know who would have been the first anime fighter like after this, but it's kind of like, okay, so Darkstalkers had air dashes and it had like good, you know, combo tools and shit. Asuka 120% had really fucking great combo tools, in fact too good, and they realized this eventually. So what if we just took those two together and we just added air dashes to Asuka 120%? So jump cancels are a thing. You can do fucking weirdo ass Mortal Kombat bullshit where you do an attack, jump cancel that, and do a fucking special, an air special. There's Magic Series. There's Gatlings in this game. There's what else can I really point out? I mean, there's simplified control schemes. This is very, very originated from, I suppose, because Shoryu is on down down, and most other things is on Hadouken that I've seen.
Okay.
And then the most unique thing about it is the clash system, where if you attack at the same time and it would hit the same part of the body, instead of doing an attack, the attacks bounce off of each other. And it's so fucking cool because there is no, like, it doesn't push y'all back. You just get these moments in a fight where you're just going for the same moves as the opponent, or moves that would counter the opponents, and you're just clashing, and no one's dealing damage, but it looks like a fucking, like, it actually looks like an anime.
Like that Notorious Fighter Z sequence where, I forget if it was an Android 18 mirror match or a Videl mirror match. And they both went for the optimal string at round start. And because Fighter Z just has clashing, where attacks don't do damage if they meet the same one of the same kind, they just did the most kung fu fucking Hong Kong Jackie Chan shit ever.
Yes, imagine that, but that just happens, like, without having to go for optimal routes and shit. That just happens naturally in the game. It just emerges. Like, I've had fights against the AI, which, by the way, the AI is so fucking hard that the recommended level that the game comes with, out of the box, is easy.
Nice.
I played against...
Which means, logically, it's the normal difficulty.
Yeah. But yeah, like I played those, and those games, like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if you could get past the the art style that they have, because it is like, you know, the whole aesthetic thing that they have going on, because it is very of its kind, you know, it's very like stereotypical. But if you can, the fucking gameplay is there, dude. Alright, let me see if I can find a good image of the gameplay, and not just the fucking disc. Maybe that would be nice. That's not a particularly great image, but it will have to do, I suppose. Okay. Sure, I'll go with this image. That is what the game looks like. And, like, you know, what I'll say is, looks are deceiving. Like, the game is surprisingly fucking hype. It won me over just through sheer gameplay.
I see. Yeah, there's a cheerleader fighter.
Oh yeah, she throws her pom poms and they home back into her. And the other character that's on screen is the grappler. She's genuinely a wrestler. She speaks English.
Nice.
But there's also, like, there is variety, because, you know, it's not just, you know, let's put these women in fucking weirdo costumes. It's genuinely like the basic idea, if memory serves, the setting is that you're trying to have like a martial arts club, but you need a lot of money to establish the martial arts club or to keep it up. I forget. And so what you're doing is you're going to all of the other martial arts clubs in the school and fighting a guy from them to get their money, so that your martial arts club can stay. And so everyone is basically just wearing whatever is appropriate for their martial art.
Including the cheerleading martial arts?
Yes. I mean, there's also baseball and football, or soccer, whichever one you prefer.
Okay.
And so, like, it's one of those things where, like, it hinges on creepy anime bullshit, I will say. Like, the aesthetic change that they did in Perfect, I think? No, it's Final, yeah. I didn't like the aesthetic change that they did in Final because I think it made the characters look worse in general. Like, the sprites technically look better because the ones that are in that game and the other one, they share the same sprites. Those can look a bit muddy and shit, but they have human proportions. And there is no gameplay image. Oh no, there it is. And this is the art style it adapts in the final version. I don't like it as much. Like it's a lot more like late 90s, early 2000s anime, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it looks like crisp, well drawn sprites, but yeah, it's definitely a downgrade in like the way they draw body proportions.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like they technically, I suppose, like this would be moe. I think. I don't fucking know. I never watched like that genre of anime is literally why I'm out of anime. that just became the norm, and I went nope. But yeah. So like yeah, the gameplay is still there in that game too. Like it's still fun. They did make it a bit more weighty, and they actually like balance moves, which was to its detriment. Which is a funny thing to say, but like. The game was still fun, but I prefer the earlier couple because the aesthetic was just better. It was more human. And yeah,
shit.
But yeah, like, this is one of those games where like eventually, once we get around to playing on PS1, whether Fightgate adds it or we just say fuck it and just get the things together to play it with rollback on our own. Like this is one of the games that I think we should play for the gameplay, because like just give it a chance, give it the gameplay a chance, and then we'll see if we can get used to the fucking aesthetics, more or less. Because once again, like I started the recording sessions of me playing the fighting game arcade modes with these games because I knew that no matter, like, after I played the first one, I knew that no matter what, no matter how fucking shit the other games are going to be, I can put this on and it will be fucking hype, and I will go into the next game hyped. It didn't disappoint. So yeah, that's all of the games that I've played that were noteworthy.
All right, I have only put any real meaningful time into Dead or Alive 5. I'm not quite sure how I got the itch, possibly just because Itagaki was in the news, being a maniac, as per usual. And we thought he was out of the picture,
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe Phil Spencer will call him up. Itagaki-san, we need help. Bring us a new Dead or Alive. And then Itagaki goes, I've been fired for the past 10 years. What do you mean?
And I don't see Koei Tecmo wanting to play ball with Microsoft ever again.
Yeah.
There was a minute where Xbox clearly saw Koei Tecmo as their Japanese dudes, and Koei Tecmo was like, this Xbox thing, it might work out. I think that ship has sailed for both parties.
I mean, well, what did they do? Because I don't remember.
Dead or Alive 7, really, if we're getting Ninja Gaiden fucking 4, right?
Yeah.
And they did a fucking remaster, borderline remake of Ninja Gaiden 2.
Yeah.
So Tecmo is not dead. But and fucking Dynasty Warriors Origins supposedly is phenomenal. So Dead or Alive 7 is not off the table. I don't see it being a thing with Xbox, and I'm gonna be real here right now. If Dead or Alive 7 ever came into existence, since Dead or Alive 6 played around with the idea of toning down the horny and it blew up in their face bad, Dead or Alive 7 is going to be one of the horniest fucking games ever if it exists.
Yeah.
The trick is going to be, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so playing Dead or Alive 5, I was thinking, you know what would probably be the secret to making Dead or Alive really work for some people?
Yeah.
Better looking dudes.
Yeah. I mean,
Dead or Alive has dudes on
they
the
tried
roster,
with
but it's
Hayate.
Hayate ain't a bad looking dude, but he's a little too chiseled. They're a little too broad chested. There's a difference between
I don't know. I haven't seen
guys
him in
that
a
seem
while.
like they're made for male audiences versus female audiences, right?
Yeah.
Like, go and look up shit about Jamie in Street Fighter. Jamie's popular with women. He's very popular with women. So there is a difference there, you know. And I do think that's part of what's gone. Part of one thing that Dead or Alive probably could. Why not? Fuck it, just make everybody horny. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Except maybe Genfu. Genfu doesn't need to be horny.
Yeah.
And it would be interesting if they were like, "Fuck it, Gilf."
See the thing. Genfu is regular Genfu, but then you go to the shop and there's the DLC, specifically Genfu DLC, and it just says Viagra.
Oh shit. Where does Zack fit into this? Do they bother to make Zack attractive? Because I feel like if you make Zack attractive, it kind of beats the point of him being an idiot.
They put Zack in jail. I forget, isn't his character that he's a rapist?
I don't think he's a rapist, but he's definitely a creeper.
Okay, but that's a difference there.
Yeah, I don't think he's a... Raido's a rapist. I know Raido is a rapist.
Okay,
but Raido's a supervillain, so... Like, the difference between Zack, the idea of Zack being a rapist and then Bison being a rapist is like the idea of... The difference between Johnny Cage being a rapist and Shao Kahn being a rapist, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be real here. There was a period in Mortal Kombat lore where Shao Kahn was a rapist. That's just the way it was. Sindel was brainwashed and Shao Kahn was a rapist.
Yeah.
But like Johnny Cage is just kind of a creep.
Yeah.
There is a difference. I'm far from an expert on Dead or Alive lore, though. I dip my toes like once or twice. But yeah, I never know what to feel about Zack, you know? I don't know if I like that he's a weird loser or not.
I had a horrible idea.
What's that?
Dead or Alive 7 comes with parts of Extreme Beach Volleyball implemented. Specifically, the tickle minigame.
But it's now gender inclusive.
Yes.
Get fucking Bayman, Big Beef Lord Bayman, and Bass are in there with Genfu.
Fuck. You can find them sexy lingerie.
Yeah. No, we gotta make it appropriate. It's gotta be you gotta move through the ranks so you can unlock the skimpier and skimpier fucking trunks for them. Until eventually you're just getting Bass in a G-string.
Help. What rank do you have to reach online to unlock the fucking... Like, have you seen those underwears where it comes with a little like tube that you're supposed to put your dick in? And it's meant to look like an elephant's trunk or whatever.
Yes, I remember. I remember at one point wandering into a. I forget the name of the store, but there used to be this store that was rather popular and well, not popular, but there was one in every goddamn shopping mall, and I don't know why. Spencer's, there you go. I remember at one point wandering into a Spencer's and seeing that and going, "I'm in the wrong store."
The only like noteworthy thing that I've heard of Spencer's is Vinny Vinesauce once went into a Spencer's looking for a gift for his father because it was Father's Day, and he was recommended a dildo.
He made a poor choice by going in there to begin with,
Yeah.
especially for that sort of thing.
I think if memory serves, what he said was that literally no other shop was open, so it was that or nothing.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like what rank do you have to reach to unlock the two pence?
That would be the highest rank. The question would be who's packing the most.
I mean, okay.
The stereotype says Zach.
Okay. But follow-up question.
Especially considering how skinny he is.
Yeah. Follow-up question. Do we do this with with one of those regular, like it's a boxer but with a tube on it, or do we go a step further? Do we put the tube on a fundoshi? The character is 90% naked. Like is it just that the character has woven a like small amount of bandage around their dick and balls, otherwise is naked? Fuck.
Oh boy.
That's the DOA we need.
Oh boy.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
What the fuck are those called? Because those exist, by the way. Like it's not bandage, obviously, but it's like you can buy male underpants that literally just obscure your dick and balls and nothing else.
Boy.
Is that a jockstrap? Is that what a jockstrap is? Maybe.
I'm not entirely certain what the difference is between a jockstrap and a cup. I'm gonna be honest.
I think
it may make me stupid, but that's the way it is.
I mean, I think the major difference between a jockstrap and a cup is that a jockstrap is, supposed to be instead of underpants. From what I understand, it's supposed to be like sexy or whatever, and a cup is there to defend your balls, and you put it like and you put it under or over your underpants. I don't know which. I never wore a cup or a jockstrap, so.
Nope, me neither. By the way, I do want to know, I've only just found this out. Zach can just do an honest-to-God fucking Blanca ball.
Nice. Why not?
Like, it should be emphasized here. Dead or Alive is generally a realistic, semi-realistic martial arts style fighting game. Though I forgot that Kasumi could teleport. That was really it took me off guard.
Alright, now you got me curious. I'm gonna look up the Dead or Alive 6 roster because that's what they would be working off of. And
it's a lot of the same. It's a lot of
the same woman I know.
The I think it's the DOA 5 roster, but smaller. Obviously missing the Virtua Fighter guys.
No, I think they added a couple more girls. No one else. Nothing but girls.
I think for guy with DOA, it's kind of in the territory of like, okay, we expect Bass and Zach. If you don't see Bass and Zach,
oh Diego, they added a guy.
What the fuck? Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently he was Tesco Miguel from Tekken.
Oh, well. Can't get all of it right, I suppose.
Alright. I am checking things to make sure. Oh. It does not say. Cause see, like I went into this of like, okay, just of the roster that we have, who would be like the most appealing? And obviously that's subjective. But like who could I think would appeal the most to certain like archetypes that people look for in men visually?
I think with some of it would just be a difference of changing the way that making the face better, faces better. Because I think there's already potential for both like Hayate and Bateman, both. It's just that they look like they've clearly wanted to invest a lot into making the women look good in Dead or Alive, but Bayman looks like Gears of War, man.
I mean, the thing is that with like Hayate would need a new face. Hayate would need to lose the shirt. He just
there
would.
are several attires where he does. Don't worry about that.
And like, yeah, base. Let me see, because I don't remember what he looks like off the top of my head. Oh, base. Yeah, I mean, base could work for the people who.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think the only people that potentially would be into bass are bears.
Base could be for people who are looking for daddies. He has a that specific vibe. Now, whatever the fuck that means, I don't know, but I know that it's true.
Okay, while I have the game open, I'm checking to see if there are any male characters that don't have a shirtless attire.
Okay, I can say this. I need to make sure. Elliot could probably be a twink.
Elliot already is. I want to confirm so far, Ginfu can't go shirtless. Elliot can't go shirtless. They're the two ones who can't.
Yeah. I mean, Elliot...
Hayabusa can go shirtless while still covering his face.
But yeah. Because he's a real fucking Hayabusa. He's always shirtless.
Fuck, that's true. Is it not fucking bizarre that he's just here and it's not like a crossover thing? No, he's simultaneously the protagonist of two different franchises.
Yeah.
He's the Kin or the Guile.
Yes, Guile, I'd say.
Well, Tina's kind of the Guile, though. Hayabusa's the Chun-Li.
Yes. That is very apt.
Yeah, like, he's the opposite of the protagonist's gender. He's a bad motherfucker. He has oftentimes more involvement in the plot. But Ayane is Kin.
Yeah.
And Tina is Guile.
Okay, looking at the attires. So I'm looking at the DOA 6 attires because I'm looking at the DOA 6 roster. If they bring back the DOA 5 outfit or something similar, Elliot would be fine.
Allow me to confirm real quick on the DOA 5 roster. Ginfu and Elliot are the only two men that can't go shirtless.
All right, I mean that's fine. Like for example, in the DOA 5 render that I'm seeing,
Ginfu is old. Elliot is supposed to look androgynous, so it makes sense in either regard.
Yeah, not only that, but also with Elliot, and this is just a thing with twinks too, just in general. But it is generally probably better, like, if they are ripped, if they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if they're, fucking hell. Like, if they're chiseled, I guess, their body.
You suggest that Ginfu should be ripped?
Perhaps.
No, he's got that Roshi shit.
Yeah. He also gets a very big torso and very small legs. But yes.
I was about to say, like Bass, but no, Bass actually has rather large legs. Bass did not skip leg day.
Yeah. But yeah, like Elliot, like if they want to drive home his twinkness, like if he gets more cut, I suppose. He doesn't need to lose the shirt. But it should be, like, the shirt that he's wearing in DOA 5, where it's this, like, classic Chinese attire. It's fine. If he gets more ripped, then it could be a bit tighter on him, and give him a good face, and there you go. Like, you don't need to change much. So like, I mean, Genfu, that's the thing. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I know archetypes that people that okay, I know archetypes that gay people find attractive in like people that are roughly the same age. So like, or like, you know, archetypes that are fetishized, like the whole daddy stuff with base. Like, I know that the archetype of a daddy is fetishized, but I don't know exactly like, you know, what ingredients go into it. I don't know what the fuck you need to do with Genfu for people to be horny for him.
I'm not sure it's possible. He might be the one they have to just concede.
Genfu is dead.
That might be the approach.
Yeah. Like the only thing that this roster is missing that I can see is, well, more unique men would be a thing for one, because there's a lot of overlap in their characters. Just looking at them, but also we need a bear. Like base is close, but no, we need someone who's fucking like, who isn't like, because Base is a wrestler, he is ripped. No, we need someone like Earthquake. We need someone who is like fat strong.
You know, that would be interesting. It depends on what degree of confidence they give him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think there's any way you make Bob in Tekken considered a good-looking guy, at least with that yee-ass haircut.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, no. I don't mean as fat as Bob. I mean like Borough. Like it became its own term because people are looking for it. But it's this.
I see.
It's like this. It's the path between Base and Bob, where like he's chubby, but you can still see that he has muscle, and he has tits.
Yeah.
But the tits are firm.
Also, at this rate, add a female character that's like that.
Yeah. People, if you added both a Bora guy and a girl with the same build, people would come buckets. I think.
Oh, I have, in case, I think that would be the secret to finding the game that Pink will spend the rest of his time playing. What Dead or Alive is missing is Nia Jax. Although I gotta mention this. I got a couple things I want to mention. Though, actually, before we move on, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say that I for one, I find it funny. I don't think this is the same character. Yeah, no, it's not the same character. Okay, it's just a character with a similar or the same name. But one of these characters was the boss of the OA2, but it's not the same character because that was like a big muscular guy, and this is a small Japanese girl with wings. But
oh yes, Neo Tengu, right? Because
Yes.
Dead or Alive 2's final boss was Tengu, who was a rather unattractive looking man, and then he reincarnates in DOA 5 into Neo Tengu, who of course is a Tengu woman with an enormous ass.
But I do gotta appreciate how, in an effort to make them less sexualized, I guess, they just went, all right, fuck it. You know what? Baiken. We're just gonna have all the women in kimonos. They're gonna have their tits out and shit still, but they're gonna be in kimonos. And somehow people went, no, I don't want that. Then again, I'm one to talk. I'm more gay. Like, I don't find any of these women attractive.
Dead or Alive is a sort of game where you can unlock a fucking slingshot bikini for most of the characters. So,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Where's the fucking slingshot? Where's the banana hammocks for the dudes, though?
Yeah. Where's the jock strap that we just talked about? To unlock the jock strap on every character, you have to find Itagaki and beat him up in real life. He's in a pact with Ed Boon. He's in a pact with Ed Boon. In the West, Ed Boon must be beaten to unlock in-game customization items. In the East, it's Itagaki.
Honestly, with his trend chasing and controversy chasing, I think if someone would have shown him chicks going nuts for Jamie, Itagaki would have been saying, we need a new face for Hayate.
Yeah. I mean, that and also like for all as shitty as a person as he is, if memory serves.
Oh yeah.
Like, one thing that needs to be said.
I'm not saying we need to bring him back.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I'm just saying that one thing that they should really take a note from when he was director of the game series is more interesting levels. Because like
DOA 5's got some interesting maps, but it's not as crazy as the DOA 4 stuff you'll see of Hayabusa fucking Izuna dropping somebody through the goddamn skylights of the St. Basil Cathedral.
Yeah. And so I think they should they should take notes of just, you know, that sort of weirdo stages, because that's other thing to set themselves apart from Tekken. And if you can set yourself apart from Tekken, there's more chances that people will buy you. Because generally, people at this point will have Tekken.
Yep.
And like, you know, Booba, sure, but if people won't buy just for Booba. They can just look up women. No. They can just look up women on Pornhub. They don't need DOA for that anymore.
And there's quite a few Tekken characters and Street Fighter characters they're already horny for.
Yeah, that too.
Can I say one thing that I was not prepared for with DOA is just how much of Hayabusa's gameplay is built on being a master of chain grabs. He was not the character on this roster I was expecting to be about that shit.
Oh yeah, no, he's always done that, if memory serves.
I was not aware of just how much fucking work you have to put in for the Izuna drop.
Oh yeah, no, like Hayabusa, if memory serves, Hayabusa was like as a Hayabusa player, I know because I played Hayabusa, used to. As a Hayabusa player, you have a choice. Either you go, all right, I'm gonna be always movement flip kick person, where he's always rolling, always flipping, or always doing a flip kick some ways, or you do the grabs. As far as I'm aware, there can be no overlap because there's so much shit to keep track of Hayabusa.
I was about to say, he seems like the kind of character that is explicitly built for that you're going to have wildly different playstyles from Hayabusa main to Hayabusa main.
Yeah.
Because some of them are going to want to do the tricky shit, some of them are going to want to do the practical combo shit, and some of them are like, man, I love Izuna drops.
Yeah. Also, I just want to...
I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then I look at Hayabusa and I go, oh, I want to do Izuna drops because the Izuna drop is so fucking cool. But I'm not good enough at the input. I fuck it up 99% of the time.
It is hard. Like, I don't think I've ever done an Izuna drop with Hayabusa.
Yeah, it's a motherfucker. And it's wild because then you play Ninja Gaiden and it's like way easier, and the Izuna drop is like the move you are doing all the fucking time in the actual Ninja Gaiden games because it's just the best.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is...
Like, that game is a motherfucker. I think you and I can both remember, though. The difficulty scales down from impossible to ass fuck with jalapeno juice as soon as you unlock the Izuna drop. Because, well, at least I can deal with the little guys now.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know who I would even main in DOA anymore, because like my main in DOA 5 was Jackie Bryant.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of problems with that. And like the thing is, like, I played like genuinely my OG DOA main was Hayabusa. Do you know how fucking long it has been since I've played Hayabusa at any competent level?
I mean, there's never too late to relearn, but yeah, he's not at Akira's level. I will say. I literally was just a couple minutes ago popping into Akira's, you know, move challenge, do all his moves thing, because it's a good way to learn characters. And it took only like 10 or 15 moves before it got to, I can't do this. Like, this guy has to fucking be doing the finger equivalent of high-grade algebra, the fighting game input of high-grade algebra, to get a basic punch, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, by all means, I love that Akira's that way. I don't want to play him.
Yeah.
He has a special identity in the fighting game world of he only does the basics. He has to put in a shit ton of work to do the basics. But when it comes to the basics, Akira is just simply the best. And if you're going up against a really good Akira player, he is going to fucking kill you with the most boring shit imaginable. And all you can do is put down the controller and clap because you couldn't do it. Because holy shit.
I also like how I'm looking at this at the DOA wiki. I look over at the side and it's like other articles. It says Tamaki and it's just a close up of an ass. So DOA.
Oh God. All right. Let's see. For what I had left to say, well, the first thing that comes to mind just immediately is looking at this roster is there's a particular thing in the early 2010s with the 3D fighters. Tekken, Dead or Alive, Virtua Fighter, they all did this. Sadly, Soul Calibur didn't. But Tekken, DOA, Virtua Fighter all came out with a game in the early 2010s that kind of just had everyone on the roster and also had like a bunch of features.
Yeah.
And I feel like for all three of those series going forward, it becomes a serious question of why should I not just stay with Tekken Tag 2? Why should I not stay with DOA 5? Why should I not stay with Virtua Fighter 5?
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter, credit where credit's due, said, okay, we're not gonna top Virtua Fighter 5 for classic Virtua Fighter. So Virtua Fighter 6 is gonna be weird. You're gonna be suplexing each other through buildings. Tekken, didn't convince me. They didn't sell me. Tekken 7's a fine game, but I still love Tekken Tag 2 more, and you still love Tekken 5 more. DOA, well, failure to start, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, DOA, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't, people point to the lack of horny as the thing that really killed DOA, but it was like a combination of lack of horny while the entire identity of the series has been horny, and then also the way they price things. Where like,
I remember something about that. I don't remember too much though.
Well, once they figured out that alternate costumes can sell, they just figured, all right, you know what, Ayane, Momiji, whoever else, like whatever women we see this week, they're getting 15 outfits. They're gonna be $5 a pop. And this was, back when that didn't fly. But even then, whatever, like that happened with the DOA 5 too, and people went, okay, if I want that outfit, I'll just buy that outfit, which was fair enough. No, what really fucking made people salty about DOA 6 is that if you wanted to do things like they made customization a lot less. So this is one of the things. So it went from like being like Virtua Fighter where you can just add like, I don't know, masks and shit, like new hairstyles, whatever. Instead of that, it went to you can add a pair of sunglasses, or you can change the hair color. The sunglasses.
You can do that in DOA 5. That's a DOA 5 thing as well.
Alright, well, whatever. In 6, this was apparently worse. Because what happened is, I don't remember how much the sunglasses were, but the hair color at launch, how it was is, say you had a character and you wanted them to have, I don't know, white hair. They had black hair. Normally, they wanted them to have white hair. Alright, yeah. you go and try to change their hair to white. Oh, but you need to buy the white hair dye. So you go and buy the white hair dye for $2. You buy the white hair dye for $2. You play a couple of matches with them, and you go, I'm not feeling this. I actually like them better with black hair. You go back to the thing, and the game tells you, if you want black hair, you need to buy the black hair dye.
Oh, that's bad.
And that's the reason. That's the reason DOA is dead.
Yep, fair enough.
Because there's like bad monetization, there's like fighting game monetization, and there's whatever the fuck this is. This is like this is making people pay $5 every time they reload a magazine. Levels of bullshit with the monetization,
Yeah.
Because like I think most fighting game players can understand that costumes. Or like costumes depend on price, or depending on how much money went into them and shit. Sometimes people do markups, like a lot of markups, whatever. Generally, the quality that you should expect is somewhat related to the price. And people can understand that. People might not like it. I don't like it, but people can go, okay, yeah. The reason that Street Fighter 6 is getting fucking Mai Shiranui and Terry Bogard is because they put out a thing that I bought for 60. I don't know, it was $60, whatever, the season pass one. Like, because I bought the season pass one, that was $60.
Yeah.
But then you look at this and it's like, all right. So if you want to change the character's hair color, not even the hair, just the hair color, you spend $2. And like on top of this,
I think people tend to, on some level, judge price points on how much work they figure it took to actually make it, and you can't judge, like, you, by those people, for those consumers, you cannot fucking justify just charging that much money, not only to change color of your hair, but to change it back.
Yeah.
If they sold a color pack that was all the hair colors for all the girls, that'd be different. And I just assume you don't want to change the hair colors of the guys. I guess you could, but
yeah. And like, the thing is, if memory serves, this is also a thing in DOA 5. And in DOA 5, you just buy it with in-game currency, which exists.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't remember, but basically, like, the reason that DOA 6 failed so far, the DOA 6 failed
There's
so
still a
hard,
chance, brother.
Yeah, the DOA 6 failed so hard is because of the hair dye bullshit. And then when people they released costumes in seasons, there were new characters, there were new costumes in seasons. And,
oh no.
And when people ended up, like, I want to say, I don't fucking remember, but it was like close to the end of support. Someone ended up all of the costume seasons that you could buy, and it was like $1,500. And this is like 5 seasons of costumes, which I don't know how much costumes that is. And then on top of this, like, I don't all of this, the negative goodwill. What is the opposite of goodwill? Ill will?
Bad will.
Yeah, bad will. And on top of this, the bad will from removing Mai Shiranui from DOA 5 so you can sell her for DOA 6.
Yeah. That's pretty rough.
And so, like, it basically, like, whoever was the economist in Koei, seeing over all this, they fucked up pretty hard.
Yeah.
And, like, the game otherwise, the game might have been fine. Like, DOA 6, I think I've played DOA 6 and I went, hey, it just feels like DOA 5, and then I went back to DOA 5, but...
Yeah.
But, and like, that already is a bad thing. Like, that shouldn't be the case. But on top of that, you had on top of this all of the bullshit that I just said with the DLC stuff and the pricing and all that. And yeah, that's just why DOA isn't around anymore.
Yeah.
But of course, it's also a thing of, like, corporations or whoever, I don't know, but whoever's in charge of this sort of shit will never actually look into the mirror and go, did I fuck that up? Nah, they just don't fund product.
It's time for me to jump with my golden parachute.
Yeah. It couldn't be that the pricing was just, like, very obviously trying to fucking nickel and dime people. And people just didn't want to take that sort of nickel and diming anymore. It couldn't be that. They just don't want Ayane anymore. They grew bored of her tits after 20 years.
I am playing Ayane right now. I did not know how much of her moveset is built around facing backwards.
I thought you were gonna say I didn't know how much of her moveset was built around bouncing her boobs. Because there's all of that too. Not weaponizing her boobs. That would be funny though. But
that would be great.
There's a lot of moves that she has that are built around just using the jiggle physics to make her look fucking ridiculous.
Oh boy.
And then, like the best part of DOA is that like I played DOA 1 the most, and DOA 1 was, you know, I actually forget, was it PS2 or PS1? It was definitely on Xbox later, but PS1. All right, DOA 1 on the PS1. So I played that. I played that one the most out of the entire series. DOA 1 is on the PS1. So you would assume that they didn't figure out jiggle physics.
No, that would be one of the first things I'd expect.
I didn't remember the jiggle physics because I didn't pay attention to it to them when I was playing as a child.
Yeah.
So I boot the game up to do an arcade run of that, and I'm talking about how, how DOA wasn't always literally just booba, here's boobs, booba. And there's depth to the gameplay, and like, you know, the game is actually genuinely fun and stuff like that. And while I'm talking about all that, I'm finding Ayane, and literally the what she was doing on screen can best be described as breasting boobily.
Yep.
And like, you know, those aren't completely mutually exclusive statements. Like, Ayane can breast boobily, and the game can also have actual depth to it, but it was still very funny.
Oh boy, yeah, it's one of those things that if you you just have to know what you're getting into, right?
Yeah.
Because there are some fighting, like Blaze Blue. We've said before, Blaze Blue, whether you like it or you not, whether you like it or you not. Anyways,
whether you like it or you aren't,
like it or you don't. Whether you like it or you don't, that game's anime as fuck. There are some times where fighting games are going to either have aesthetic things or gameplay things that are not going to appeal to you.
Yeah.
For instance, you may not enjoy that in Persona, I have this grappler character that has every tool I could ever want out of a grappler.
Do I have a character that's as badly broken as Kanji?
Oh, well, I'm not sure that Kanji's broken, because to my knowledge, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever looked at a tier list, but I've never heard that Kanji's considered to be especially broken. He's definitely considered somewhere in the Hall of Great Grapplers, but ooh, at least one of the Street Fighter. We don't play it because it's not a fun game. We don't like it.
No SF2.
But Turbo, Akuma, and Turbo.
Well, yeah, but I don't play Akuma in Turbo.
Right, who would? You wouldn't have to want to memorize all that bullshit. But in terms of your boy being at his peak...
Well, yeah, but I'm asking, like, are there any characters that I play that are that bad?
Oh. Ooh, good question. Because what are the characters you're banned from playing against Pink?
Gambit, Venom, John Talbane. That's it.
Venom was pretty exceptional in one of the Marvel games, but I think most of those are actually just boiled down to the fact that Pink doesn't enjoy playing against those character archetypes.
Oh, no. I banned Venom and Gambit.
Oh, someone's knocking on my door.
All right. But yeah, I guess for context, for those of you listening, I played a bunch of Marvel games with Pink, and I dominated a lot, and I didn't feel good about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
today has been the get interrupted day.
It's fine. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like the Pink didn't ban those. Like, in fact, Pink has yet to ban a character from the characters that I'm pretending against playing.
Poochie. He banned Poochie.
Right. Correct. I forgot about Poochie.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, then add him to the list. But yeah, like, I banned Venom and Gambit because I played 2 games against Pink, and he literally could only beat either of them if I let him. if I just stopped playing the game.
There's definitely been times in games where you've been happy with where a character was, but I'm not sure there's ever been a time in a game where you honestly, it's like this character feels wrong to play, and he's your boy. You're the type that if a character feels wrong to play, you tend not to play them. Like if your boy is too high tier, like not like if your character's A tier or S tier, you're fine with it. But if your character is God tier, you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I don't think Kanji's God tier, but Kanji has access to tools that demand a higher level of play from those characters than any of us actually put enough time in Persona to play at.
Yeah.
Your defense has to be fucking impeccable.
Yeah, actually, looking at the tier list, Kanji is the bottom.
Really?
Yes. Kanji, like...
Damn! What the fuck?
The people around Kanji are Rise and Junpei.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, because Rise and Junpei are not good. Or, well, Junpei probably is fine, but no one wants to interact with his fucking systems.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is that I tried playing them once I got Ultimax, and with Junpei, I somehow kept getting like home runs or whatever the fuck. I don't know how, but he just always had like this flaming buff on him. And then Rise, I accidentally got a 100-hit combo with. It does like no damage because of scaling, but you know.
I remember liking Rise quite a bit, but it's difficult to say how much that just comes down to that I liked Rise in Persona 4 itself, right?
Yeah. But I mean, also, if you are looking at the list, like one of the other characters one of the characters that I was close to getting banned with was Elizabeth, because I main Liz, and Soon doesn't like her. Lizzie is one tier above Kanji.
It is worth noting we were playing against Soon here, and Soon, who I love, like a brother, but he's one of those guys who can't stop jumping in fighting games. He plays on the stick, and his natural inclination is to push the stick up.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be on our level quite.
Yeah. But yeah, like Lizzie is actually looking at it, yeah, Lizzie is either a tier above or 2 tiers above Kanji, but like on the lower end of that tier. In both cases.
Really?
Yeah. Like the okay, never mind. The tiers are not ordered. Gee, thank fucking God. Good thing we have a fucking order for tier lists that we just don't use. But yeah, apparently they are very broken characters. Are Shadow Mitsuru, Shadow Yukari, Shadow Ken.
Oh, right, I forgot about that Shadow nonsense. Okay. Ken, Mitsuru, and Yukari?
Yeah, but only the Shadow variants. The regular variants are somewhere in like B or A tier.
Okay, because that's going to be alarming for a lot of people, because Mitsuru is kind of Ken. I mean, not Guile, excuse me, she's Guile. She's kind of Guile.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are not fond of Guile being high in the tier list, because he's Guile.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, okay, actually, now that you say Guile, I think that is the only character that I play sometimes, who is like what you call it, who is very like overly oppressive. Guile.
Yeah, Guile's kind of in the same category as Kanji, where he isn't necessarily super OP, but his toolkit is so basic and so good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that and also, and like,
it's not even like a Street Fighter V thing of Street Fighter V simplifying everybody. No, Guile's toolkit in every Street Fighter is simplistic. It's part of his identity. If Guile had a big advanced moveset, Guile mains would be going, "What the fuck? This isn't Guile."
Yeah. Guile players would explode on the spot from the amount of information.
They see a motion input and they go, "Why, God?"
Yeah. I just had an idea.
What was that?
If we give Guile a larger moveset, but all of his inputs are like weirdo Mortal Kombat inputs.
Oh yeah.
Air Sonic
not modern Mortal Kombat, no back to forwards or none of that shit. No, we're talking classic Mortal Kombats. you're going to be inputting back, down, and then simultaneously kick and block. Now, you may ask, where's the block button in Street Fighter? The answer is figure it out, bud.
Yeah. It's back, but you have to time it so the opponent is attacking.
It's a fucking bike encounter.
Yeah. But also, like, I'm just imagining, like, okay, so Gal has Air Sonic back. The input is down, up, punch.
Oh, yeah. That would be the way to do it.
And here's the thing. It's not a charge input.
Ooh, that's good. That'd fuck him up bad. It might be a little, honestly, it might be a little too strong for Guile to give him that easy access to it again.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 Guile didn't have access to also drive impacts and drive rushes.
True. And also, like, another problem is hitbox.
Yep.
But you know, like,
Sonic Cross was neat. I think you and I both absolutely went for Air Sonic every time we played Guile in 5.
Yes. Like, I 100%, I 100% prefer fucking Air Sonic to Sonic Cross.
Yeah, Sonic Cross is just simply the fuck you, I win zoning wars against everybody except Dhalsim button.
Not only that,
I get why he still has that in 6, because Guile's supposed to be the designated projectile zoner.
Yeah.
To fit in contrast with Dhalsim, who is I have stretchy normal zoner, and JP, who is the everything zoner.
JP, who is Koko desu ka?
Yep. Who's an NRS zoner, or he's not even an NRS zoner because he doesn't have enough fireball spam. He's an Arxis zoner.
No, he's a KOF zoner.
Yeah.
Like he's like
KOF doesn't have that much.
I mean, yeah, but like the concept-wise, JP is like, what if Goonies was Athena?
Yeah. There's no one in KOF has been that oppressive of a zoner.
Ash Crimson.
My boy Ash is Guile. Ash is Guile with a little bit of set play. Come on now.
But yeah, but that little bit of set play makes him so much more oppressive. And I'm trying to think, like, Goonitz was fairly oppressive with his zoning, but you know, he was only Godeska, so that's not really that oppressive zoning wise. It's just very strong zoning that is oppressive, not like oppressive zoning, which is different things.
Yeah.
Orochi had some good zoning. He had Koko desu ka, he had a fireball that hit multiple times and was not breakable by other firewalls. He had a full screen super. He was pretty oppressive when it came to zoning.
Yeah. Notorious SNK boss, Orochi. A little bit oppressive.
Yeah. Verse. If
God, was he ever playable?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he is playable in 14. I think he was DLC, but still. Like, I had him. I played as him. He sucks. I hate him. But
that explains why I never played him. I never got the DLC for 14, because by the time that I was ready to get the DLC for 14, 15 was out. So it's like, I'm just going to buy 15 then.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought the version of 14 that came with the DLC, I thought, and then I didn't have 4 DLC characters. So I got most of the DLC except for those 4 for some reason.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Yep. But, yeah. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, Verse, if memory serves, Verse was pretty bad about zoning, but that's partially because, like, he was kind of a mixture of a regular zoner and like, a body zoner. So instead of just like, because you know he had the fucking dumbass stand arms that he sent out, and like he had a regular projectile off of that was high and low. He could choose. He had a grab with
delightful.
He had a projectile grab that made you vulnerable. It just grabbed you and then you couldn't block or move, for that matter. And then if memory serves,
this sounds like JP.
Yeah, if memory serves, he had a move where he sends the arms up into the air and then they fell down.
Okay.
And then he also had an armored walk forward where he just sends out the arms and they hit you.
Oh.
And so, like, you know, it was like because he's not using his real arms, the arms can travel quite a while, and it's also armored. So just fuck you. Bless you.
Oh.
Or at least the boss version is armored. I don't remember if the regular version is. I don't think it is. I think it's only the EX version that's armored, which is fair. But either way, like, yeah, like Verse. I guess in this comparison, then Verse or JP would be like if you combine Verse and Orochi in manners of the massery.
Oh Jesus, well, that's an unpleasant thought.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, Orochi was inside of Verse.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah. What were we talking about?
Dead or Alive previously, though, I think the only thing else I had particular to say was, Dead or Alive lore is so fucking stupid.
Oh, the only lore of Dead or Alive that I know is the movie. So yeah, continue.
So, who do you think is the youngest character on the cast?
One of the girls, probably.
Okay, which one of them?
Momiji? Is that her name?
No.
Is it the Tengu girl?
Well, probably technically, she's a demon. What does it really count there? You know.
Mary Rose? That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay, so that is who you'd think, right? No, she's like 20 or something.
She's actually 300.
Yeah. It's supposed to be Ayane is like fucking 17, which is like.
How long has Ayane been 17?
She was supposed to be that old in fucking Ninja Gaiden, I think.
And I can check. Oh, fuck off, image. I don't need you. Okay, apparently, a DOA 1 to 4, she's 16, and the DOA 5 to present, she's 18. So DOA 1 to 4
okay.
all happened in 2 years.
Or a year? A little bit of a Tekken problem?
Hard to say. Well, no, because DOA 5 starts with her being 18, so... Yeah. Good question. I think Elliot is also similar. Okay, I think he's the same age. Why do the images keep popping up? Oh yeah, DOA 4 is he's 16, DOA 5, and now he's 18.
I see. Okay. So I have to assume that the DOA 4, the DOA 5, that probably involves some degree of Itagaki is no longer in the picture. Let's make Ayane a little bit older, huh?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, reading that apparently Mary Rose is supposed to be older than Ayane, my initial response was, fuck you, no. My second response was, well, there is Anya Taylor-Joy, come to think of it in real life, who is a grown woman, though she doesn't look like it, so bleh.
Yeah, it can happen, it's just pretty rare.
Yep. And Mary Rose is in the same area as oh god, what was the name of the character in Blaze Blue?
Platinum Disraeli?
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, for me it's Rachel. Rachel's the one that really pisses me off in Blaze Blue because I really dig her gameplay style.
Oh yeah, but I was like, who's Rachel? Then I remembered.
Yeah. Which I guess you can say there's not really anything necessarily illicit with the portrayal of Rachel, but it's still weird, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. Like I'd say.
By the way,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'd say Platinum the Trinity is honestly a bit weirder. Just because, like, you know, Rachel is in Goth Lolita, is in a Goth Lolita outfit, and whatever, that's as far as they go. She's a goth. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she just excellent.
The thing that's sus about her is the actually 800 years old thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we know where people tend to take that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, otherwise, she acts like a person. Like, she acts like a, you know, she acts like a regular woman, I guess. Like, you know, they don't really call attention to the fact that she's a child.
And, you know, come to think of it, I should mention, for an example I think pretty well most people would accept, though admittedly it comes from the West instead of the East, so there's less suspicions about it. But Skyrim also has a vampire 8-year-old girl who's like 800 years old, so...
Yeah.
Like, granted, it's also kind of weird there, but... Not kind of weird, really weird there, but... Proceed.
But yeah, like Platinum the Trinity to me is more the same problem, but like more explicit, and like, you know, because she's also wearing she's wearing a childish outfit, but it's like the outfit was designed to not actually cover her up. And then she also,
to be honest, I've never played that much attention to Platinum, but that does follow.
I mean, I always play Platinum the Trinity because one of us has to play all of the, like, you know, play the fucking weirdo characters, and like, I guess it falls on me because like, usually, unless it's like fucking Power Instinct, it's literally balls on screen. Like, usually, I can just, like, not pay attention to the character, and we can get through it, and the character is shown off, and we can just move on. But Platinum the Trinity...
Man, makes you feel like a fraud, though.
What? Which part? Power Instinct?
All of this, really. Well, Power Instinct, that one we just immediately... For those who are wondering, there is a hypothetical recording of Power Instinct that does not exist anymore because we were playing the game up and forgetting about a certain character that exists in the Power Instinct games up until we saw what their sprite of falling over, and we went, nope, we are not. We're done with this game, and we just fucking turned it off.
And if you remember, that's the one child character that I refused to play. So
yeah, that's we're not that game. We're not touching Power Instinct ever again. We might play Metro Melee again someday.
Well, the character's not there.
Is still weird, but it's at least it's locked to the arcade endings.
Yeah.
But the Power Instinct games, no, we're not touching those again.
But yeah, like Platinum is, you know, a problem because she dresses like that, if memory serves, and then she also acts like very childish and shit. Like, it's one of those things where, like, you know, actual Platinum, like, not Trinity Platinum, whoever, like, whatever actual small child that's the fucking witch took the body over from in the story. Like, you know, that's just, you could just say that that's just her existing, because the actual, like, witch part of her isn't supposed to, like, it's supposed to be lay dormant. Otherwise, she's just a child.
Yeah.
Who fights for some reason. But I don't know. To me, that feels a bit more like, you know, it's skirting the line a bit closer to just, you know, being someone's fetish. To me, when they go out of their way to call attention to the fact that it's a child, instead of like Rachel, where it's just like, you know, like Rachel to me feels like Mandy from Billy and Mandy.
There's definitely a lot of that going on.
And like Platinum the Trinity feels like someone's fetish. And like it's doubly bad for me, because as it turned out, I'm actually not half bad with her. I just don't fucking want to play her.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, who...
Japan, could you please be less weird?
I mean, just people in general, could we be less weird about the people who are underage? Please.
Yeah.
I mean, could we be less worried about people who are overage, but especially about people who are underage?
Well, like, I don't mean to make this like a thing of like. I don't mean to make this a thing of like saying like, oh, your culture, something, yada yada yada. But this is a particular problem with Japanese games and media in general.
Yeah, it can be.
And I've said before that I have a lot of suspicions about Hollywood executives falling in love with Anya Taylor-Joy, considering how young she looks. But at the end of the day, that's more or less my suspicions, and it's pretty rare. Hollywood doesn't do that quite so much, especially not as much as they used to. Get weird with it.
Yeah.
But like, this is a thing that happens with
Hollywood isn't as a word about it.
No. But this is a thing that happens a lot in a lot of Japanese media, and luckily, thankfully, I think it's gone down quite a bit in recent years.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like the 3 fighting games we've talked about as primary culprits here, Power Instinct doesn't exist anymore. Dead or Alive currently doesn't exist. If it ever comes back, I don't know what they'll do with Mary Rose, but I guess in fairness, she is supposed to be a grown adult, even if she doesn't quite look like it. Blaze Blue's done.
Yeah, I mean, Mary Rose
still getting side material, but they don't get more fighting games.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Mary Rose is that you could just make it her gimmick. Like, she could just be Lucky Chloe, and like it doesn't make it completely fine, but it does make it more understandable.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, like when you look at Lucky Chloe, do you think that she's being fetishized particularly? Because to me, it just looks like it looks like she's doing a bit, and like whatever.
No, Lucky Chloe to me looks like that Japanese principle of kids are amazing and they're the best, and adults are dumb as shit. The Japanese principle of when you're young, you should have a lot of fun, and then when you're an adult, you should work yourself to death.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think.
Also, we still don't know how evil she is.
Yes. In Tekken 9, we will find out that she's actually powered by the Psycho Power. Well, I just checked. Mary Rose is 18.
Yeah.
But you said that she's like older than Ayane. They're the same age.
I read that somewhere. I don't know, maybe it's like a story mode thing. I don't know. Or it could be wrong. They could just be the same. Of course, that's in the realm of suspicion there. That's just putting a number there that it sounds like they're just like, well, now we can get away with it while still making it a number low enough for people in Japan that are into that to still get into it. So,
Yeah. But yeah, like I think Mary Rose, it could just be like, especially with where we are. Like imagine this: the DOA 7. Mary Rose gets repackaged slightly. She still wears a similar outfit, but she like has a I don't know headset on, and her whole character has been I don't know what her character was, but her whole character has been changed so she's like a goth VTuber, but she's a real life VTuber. Like she's
they do the Julia thing.
Sure, but like not completely. Like she's not streaming during the thing. She just dresses like that.
I think they would probably make her a streamer during the match.
Probably. And I mean the thing is, like, I know girls and some women who dress like this in real life. Well, not like this, but similar, as close as you can get while also not getting fucking sent to the loony bin. And so like and so like I don't think it's too unrealistic for 18, or hopefully by that point they've aged up to like, I don't know, 20 at least, year-old Mary Rose to have a similar outfit, but at the same time just actually justify it with something. Hey, I'm a streamer. Hey, I became a fucking dom or something. I don't know.
I don't know why, but earlier I thought you were going to say that she straps balloons to her chest because she's envious of the other girls.
I mean, okay. You want to talk about? I guess. This. I don't know. We've been going for a while. What? Slayers. There's an anime called Slayers, and it has a bit. The main character. One of her defining traits is that despite being an anime woman, she doesn't have like very large tits. She still has noticeable tits, if memory serves, but she doesn't have like the big balloon tits.
Yeah, there's a difference between actual small and certain people's ideas of small.
Like let me look her up. Alright, Google heard me because it immediately was just like, alright, do you mean this character? Actually, I remembered her being more busty. She has a somewhat realistic size. Wow.
Inconceivable.
Look at this.
Yeah?
Wow, she looks like a woman, a real woman.
Well, she's still got the anime face syndrome going on.
But I mean the whatchamacallit, the proportions. I mean,
At least she's not one of them inbred anime girls.
yeah, she's in health kit.
Science has gone too far.
Yeah, but yeah. So, this character, one of her things is that one of her this is like a fantasy series, a fantasy comedy series more or less, where they're doing an RPG and she's the protagonist. And one of the recurring villains that they have is this woman who basically wears nothing and she has big boobs. And every time the confrontation boils down to this character telling the other one to cover up. And you know, it's like there were some, if memory serves, there were some like very you know, like at the end of the day, positive. Maybe the messages didn't come from a positive space, but the messages were positive because it was like all about, because you know, eventually, if memory serves, this character does get envious of the enemy person with big boobs, because you know they don't have big boobs. But if memory serves, there was an entire arc that was focused on like them just bumping into each other and just having fights, and the rest of the party trying to console her and you know, just make her realize that it doesn't matter that she doesn't have fucking boobs, because that's not what they're there for her. But yeah, like I don't know who they could do this with in the way, but I think it would be funny to have a character whose whole thing, whose whole what should I call it? Like, you know, their entire contribution to the entire sexualization is that she's not, basically. Just
you have to realize that's going to be what some people are into, right?
Yeah. But I'm just imagining, like, all right, we boot up the OS7 and like you have all of these you know, women in revealing outfits, or like, you know,
Tina's just naked at this point. We're not even fucking bothering to hide it.
No, that's an alt outfit for her. Her regular outfit is just like, I don't know, just like the her alt outfit is just fucking Charlotte's Rumble outfit. Fuck it, why not? But yeah, like you scroll through and there's all of these women with, like, you know, more covered up than usual, because all of the alt outfits are the ones where they take their clothes off. And then you come across one character, and it's just a businesswoman, like just a full shoulder padding and fucking whatever, yep. Like businesswoman.
And it will lead to people going, okay, where's the costume?
Yeah.
It's Sea Viper, but she's actually buttoned her shirt now.
Yes. Like she
put something in the game that implies there's a hidden secret costume for her. See strippery, and see how long people will hunt before they give up.
Not only that, but like her alt outfits are also very modest. So like in one of them, she didn't button the jacket completely. But that's like the most titillating that you get. or whatever. And like she doesn't have the big anime tits either. So like there's not cleavage. She's a regular woman who's in DOA.
Does she have an actual moveset or story, or did Zach just kidnap a random businesswoman that he doesn't even apparently find all that attractive and make her fight these martial artists who will beat her up?
I mean, on one hand, it would be funny if she could do ninjutsu, but on the other, we have too many ninjas.
Yeah, business ninjas is definitely a funny idea, but I'm not sure it fits here, especially because, yeah, we got Kasumi, Ayane, Hayabusa, Hayate, the like 2 or 3 clones of Kasumi.
Yeah.
Who the fuck keeps cloning Kasumi?
Okay. So I don't know how you're imagining this business attire. I imagine it one of those skirts that go down like under the knees.
Okay.
She does cheat kundo.
Yeah. Well, wait, Jeet Kune Do, there's already Jan Lee.
True. I mean, well, what fighting style doesn't fucking DOA have?
I guess Milla's supposed to be the boxer, isn't she?
Probably.
I associate her more as an MMA person.
Logic one.
She should be the one that gets Miguel's classic style. I have no martial art. I'm just hitting you as hard as fucking possible.
She's literally just a street fighter.
Yeah.
Her fighting style is improvised.
Yeah.
And then the DOA 7 also has like injectables in the environment, but only she can use them.
Only her.
Yeah. So like you're fighting this character, you get next to the like you're fighting this character in a bar. Like on one end of the stage, there's like a proper rest bar. You're fighting on like the dance floor. I don't know what's on the other ends of whatever the stage. But she pushes you next to the bar, and then next thing you know, she's just reaching over, grabbing a bottle and breaking it over your head.
Glass him.
Yeah. Like she's beast style Kiryu. That's her fighting style.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
I'm also imagining like there's specifically an outfit for her called Sexy. It is just a slightly unbuttoned like jacket, but it was still completely buttoned up dress shirt under it. And then like normally her hair is in a ponytail, but she lets it down, and that's it.
Yep, there you go.
And like people would go fucking wild for this. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yes.
Because they have forgotten what it is like to be denied. So,
you know, I have to imagine that's got to be the case with a lot of DOA fans. Like I said, you know, half the fucking characters in this game got like a slingshot bikini or some type of shit, and it just leaves nothing to the imagination. You know?
Yeah.
Seems like you either want them to be wearing something that's a little bit more, you know, tempting, or you just want straight up nudity if you're into that sort of thing. And like, people are weird though.
True.
There's a lot of people who aren't like me, and they should stop doing that.
Because of how Discord did a weird thing with your audio, so it sounds like they should suck doing that.
They can continue doing it, but they should be worse at it.
Yeah. Or alternatively, they should fellate you while doing that.
Oh boy. All right. Well.
Did I fucking read that right? Okay, let me see. I need to scoot over to see the runtime. Yep, I did. This FGA was nearly 4 hours long.
That makes sense.
Holy shit. I blame Sailor Mercury. and her lack of a face.
Oh, Charlotte and Andrade are getting divorced.
Yeah, I saw. But anyway, fighting games were, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know the fighting game wasn't done yet.